We welcome you to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on this Saturday afternoon as Carson-Newman and Wingate set to continue and conclude a three-game South Atlantic Conference series here in Jefferson City, Tennessee this weekend. The Bulldogs took a back-and-forth game. They rallied from down 3 in the ninth in yesterday's series opener to win by 3. Despite the Eagles getting the tying run on base and the winning run on base in the ninth, the Eagles dropped that series opener 13-10, and now we'll try to take 2 to win the series against the Bulldogs this afternoon. First game starter for Carson-Newman in this doubleheader is Ryan Higgins, set to make his 10th start of the year. The 6'2" junior right-hander has 119 innings under his belt in his career, 21 career starts. This will be career start 22, a 5.4 ERA for Higgins so far in 43 innings this season. He'll go up against a Wingate batting order that was really good yesterday. Carson-Newman's pitching staff allowed a season-high 19 hits to Wingate, and the Bulldogs got a balanced effort. 5 different guys had multiple hits, and 4 of them had 3 or more hits. Led by Bowen Powell, he hits second in the lineup. He went 4 for 5 and was a triple away from a cycle and had a couple at bats with a chance to get that cycle, but finished 4 of 5 with couple of extra base hits and a home run as well. So the Bulldogs just make one change as well. Luke St. John slides in as the starting catcher and batting 8th. The lineup the same for Wingate with Gavin Grapuso, Bowen Powell, and Tanner McCammon due up first for Wingate here in the top half of the first inning against Ryan Higgins and Carson-Newman. The Eagles are 20-14 overall, 10-12 in the league. 2 wins can get the Eagles to 500 in league play for just the second time this season. And the Bulldogs, after Catawba was upset last night by Anderson, the Bulldogs now just 1 game back of first place. So the Bulldogs certainly playing for a lot as this final month of the regular season gets underway. Carson-Newman in the white pinstripe uniforms, the brand new white pinstripe uniforms. Eagles written in cursive across the front, numbers on the lower front side and on the back as well. Bulldogs in blue with white pants today and blue ball caps as these two teams are set to play twice here this afternoon. Grapuso against Higgins to open the first game of the day, second game of the series. Ryan Higgins gets into his windup. First pitch to Grapuso is an outside fastball on the corner for called strike 1 at 12:03. We are underway. Yesterday's game had 23 total runs, 26 total hits, in a game that lasted 3 hours and 23 minutes and had multiple turns. And the last one went toward Wingate with that 6-run ninth inning as Grapuso takes outside for a ball. Wingate's right fielder started that ninth inning rally. He was walked on 7 pitches to help give Wingate an early base runner in that ninth inning, and then the rest of this lineup followed as Grapuso takes outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Wingate's leadoff batter, who is second nationally in walks this season. He waits on a 2-1 from Higgins. Fastball runs outside, so a first pitch strike and now 3 straight misses from Higgins to open up his 10th start of the season. Carson-Newman this year in 9 starts is 4-5. When the junior right-hander pitches and starts in a game. 3-1 offering. Low fastball for ball 4. 4 straight misses from Higgins and an early walk puts Gavin Grapuso on base for Bowen Powell. This is a top-to-bottom order that is really good, and Bowen Powell, quietly as a freshman, is one of the best. He has tied his teammate Tanner McCammon for most runs batted in the South Atlantic Conference this season. That after Powell drove in 2 yesterday. First pitch he sees is a high fastball for ball 1. Now 5 straight misses from Ryan Higgins here after a first pitch strike to open the game. Bowen Powell went 4 of 5 at the plate yesterday. He's riding a 13-game hitting streak. Grapuso gets a good lead at first base. He's got 25 stolen bases this year as Powell lifts one foul, slicing it down the left field line and out of play. Second strike issued by Higgins. He's back in the count with Powell, a ball and a strike. With a Wingate runner aboard to open up the first. Bulldogs team that has the top 3 players in terms of stolen bases in the conference. And, of course, they lead the league in stolen bases. They've got a fast guy in Grapuso over there at first now as Higgins checks on him at first. Carson Cochran catching for Carson-Newman once again. He was able to catch Grapuso stealing yesterday. Just the second time the right fielder has been caught stealing this year. 1-1 set for Higgins here in the first. Runner takes off. It's a pitch out. Cochran throw down to second. What a throw. Great call as well for the pitch out. And Cochran with a laser to second base. And Grapuso caught stealing for the second straight day. Perfectly executed. Sebastian Rodriguez applies the tag, and he had plenty of time to catch the ball and place down a perfect tag. It is ball 2, but a terrific job by Carson Cochran in this defense. 1 away now, bases clear. Now the 2-1 from Higgins is a pop-up left side. Gibson and Rodriguez give it a look, but see it go well out of play. And the count evens at a pair of balls and strikes. Here in the opening inning, Higgins gets some help from his defense here in the opening frame after the leadoff walk. 2-2 on Bowen Powell. Him and Grapuso, the only lefties in this order, batting 1 and 2 in this Wingate lineup. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Swing and a softly hit grounder to second. Cole Nathan to his right, fields in a low throw is handled by Floyd, and there's 2 away now in the opening inning. Cole Nathan, Logan Floyd, right side of Carson-Newman's infield. Sebastian Rodriguez makes his 7th career start at shortstop with Aiden Gibson, the veteran third baseman, manning that spot. Maddox Green draws his 20th start. He's in left field today. Braxton Smith in center and Bradley Soto Diaz in right. Both of them are making their 31st starts of the year, while Carson Cochran, already with that caught stealing, makes his 19th start behind the plate. Breaking ball from Higgins to Tanner McCammon is outside for ball 1. McCammon was just 1 of 4 at the plate yesterday, but has 11 home runs this year and hits .368. 0-1. Breaking ball popped up toward the right side. Cochran and Floyd will give it a look near the first base dugout, but it's out of play. And a foul ball makes it a strike. And a 1-1 count on Wingate's 3-hitter with 2 away here in the opening inning. A leadoff walk taken away by Carson Cochran. Catches Grapuso stealing. And the Eagles trying to send down the Bulldogs down in order here in the first. 1-1 wind from Higgins. Breaking ball by McCammon for a swinging strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Higgins, or on Tanner McCammon against Ryan Higgins here in the first. The righty looks into his catcher, Carson Cochran. Long pause, and now he gets into his wind, the 1-2 home. Fastball goes upstairs. McCammon went around. Swinging strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 first for Ryan Higgins and Carson-Newman. The Eagles bring the bats to the plate for the first time after this.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
J.D. Little gets the ball for Jeff Gregory's team here in the second game of the series. The redshirt freshman left-hander is from Taylorsville, North Carolina, with a 7.36 earned run average in 40 1/3 innings this year. He has just 1 win and 1 loss in his 9 starts this season. 24 strikeouts to 16 walks. His 16 walks are second most on the team, but his 40 innings are second most as well. So one of the more often used pitchers because he is a starter. So J.D. Little gets the ball here in the middle game of the series and the first of the day, hoping to put together a quality start. He struggled as of late, but gets the ball for Jeff Gregory's team in this first game of the day. Against this Carson-Newman lineup, Eagles go with a very similar lineup, just one change in the lineup. Maddox Green inserts in as Carson-Newman's number 2 hitter with a start in left field. Colton Evans will still lead things off. Logan Floyd bats third. The heart of Carson-Newman's order is Bradley Soto Diaz, Cole Nathan, and Sebastian Rodriguez, with Aiden Gibson, Carson Cochran, and Braxton Smith in the 9-hole for the Eagles against J.D. Little, the left-handed pitcher, yet another lefty that the Eagles will face this season. Carson-Newman 6-2 this year when it faces left-handed starting pitchers in 2026. Colton Evans was the third Eagle this year with a multi-homer day. He steps in after homering twice yesterday and takes a first pitch fastball outside from Little for ball 1. It was a 5th inning solo home run and a 6th inning at the time go-ahead grand slam for Colton Evans yesterday as he takes a strike in his first at-bat facing J.D. Little, whose fastball was fired in at 86 miles per hour. Little gets into his line, a quick movement, and a fastball in again at 87 that time, called strike 2. Colton Evans with 5 now home runs this season, appearing in his 26th game. The DH here today, batting leadoff, 1-2. Fastball is a chopper on a couple of hops to second. Corville dropped it but recovers and makes the play. Had it in his glove, and then when he went to transfer it, had almost spiked it into the turf, but took a nice bounce back up to him, and he's able to recover for out number 1. One away on the ground out, and in steps Maddox Green. '24th overall start of the season for the freshman Green, batting .304 this year as he lines one sharply foul down the right side. 16 runs batted in for Maddox Green this year. He reaches base more than 44% of the time. He gets the start in this second game of the weekend series with 19th ranked Wingate. Facing the lefty Little here. Nothing in 1 the count as the lefty pitches a slider across the zone for called strike 2. Good start for J.D. Little, ahead on Maddox Green, nothing in 2. A redshirt freshman has allowed 2 or more earned runs in every start this year as Green chases a ball into the turf. St. John will throw it down to first, and the play is made. A 3-pitch strikeout for J.D. Little, and that's the second out of the first inning. Defensively, very similar. The only change, Luke St. John behind the plate to catch this first game of the day. Bowen Powell, Jake Corville along the right side of the infield. Neil Griffin at short with Tanner McCammon. At third, Ben Karpowitz. Reed Benamati and Gavin Grapuso go left to right in the outfield as Logan Floyd takes an elevated fastball for ball 1. Floyd was hitless yesterday, but did have a couple of walks in his 5 overall plate appearances as he hits one sharply down the left field line foul. On a strike on Logan Floyd with 2 away, the team's leader in batting average, hits, doubles, home runs, and RBI this year. Reaching base 50% of the time. 1-1 breaking ball stays outside to Floyd, a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Yesterday's game had runs in every inning beyond the first 2 as Floyd bounces one on a couple of hops to short. Griffin waits on it. Long throw from the outfield grass is thrown away. Floyd went down after he sprinted up the first base line, and he is shaken up. Almost felt like his knee potentially gave out on him. Tom Griffin and company will sprint over to check on Logan Floyd. Trey Miller, the first base coach, also over there. Griffin's throw was a long throw, and it would have been a bang-bang play at first. Now let's see if Floyd maybe pulls up before the bag or if he steps on the bag wrong. Not until maybe a step or two, maybe a third after he had left the first base bag and stepped on it safely, did he start to grimace at his left leg. Eagles have a 2-out base runner. It is an infield single for Logan Floyd, his 50th hit in his junior season, but the concern is for Floyd over at the first base line if he's okay or not. He is the first baseman in this game, so not being the DH means he has to play the field. So that would be the concern here if he can't stay in the game, for whether or not he can try to finish this thing out. He's also going to be a runner at first if he can stay in or not. He was hunched over at the first base line, but now trying to jog it out up the first base line. Trey Miller is going to give Logan Floyd his helmet back, and he's going to stay in the game, it appears. Got to the first base bag, and then it was maybe the second step with that left leg that made him come up a little gimpy, but he's fine. And so Floyd stays in the game at first base after his infield single here with 2 outs to bring Bradley Soto Diaz to the plate. These two teams, each one or the other, scored a run in every inning from the 3rd inning on yesterday. And from the 4th inning on, at least one of these two teams hit a home run. Wingate homered in the 4th, Carson-Newman homered in the 5th, and the 6th, and the 7th. The Eagles homered in the 8th as well, and then Wingate homered in the 9th. First pitch ball to Soto Diaz, now a second pitch fastball runs high as well. It's 2-0. On Bradley Soto Diaz, he launched his third home run of the year in yesterday's 7th inning that helped give Carson-Newman a 3-run lead. 2-0. Foul tips it into the mid of St. John for strike 1. Overall in yesterday's game, these two teams combined for 7 home runs. And the 7th was the most valuable one, a go-ahead, basically game-winning home run from Ben Karpowitz in the 9th as Soto Diaz swings behind a fastball. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 away here in the first. Both teams have had a runner in the opening inning. The lefty Little sets and pitches to Soto Diaz, a fastball by him, up to 90 on the gun from J.D. Little to punch out Soto Diaz to finish the first. A full inning in the books in the first game of the day. Carson-Newman and Wingate scoreless here in Jefferson City.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shop cneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shop cneagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shop cneagles.com.
One scoreless inning between these two teams. Both teams got a base runner in the first, but held scoreless by starting pitchers Ryan Higgins and J.D. Little. Logan Floyd, after that infield single, a little slow getting back to his feet, stayed in the game for now, has had an extended conversation with Carson-Newman athletic trainer Rachel Young and head coach Tom Griffin, along with other coaches Luke Goforth and Trey Miller. And Floyd will stay in the game, so that will be something to monitor throughout this one. Floyd's mobility at first for the Eagles. 4-5-6 for Wingate. Ben Karpowitz, Jake Corville and Neil Griffin, the hitters against Ryan Higgins here in the second inning. First pitch of the frame, a slider across the plate for a called strike. Higgins, a scoreless first inning in just 14 pitches. The junior righty winds and offers a fastball high for a ball, 1-1. This continues a stretch now where Carson-Newman has only allowed one first inning run over its last 16 games. 1-1 pitch from Higgins, and he falls down as he delivered the breaking ball low to Karpowitz, 2-1. And an awkward step as he made his motion toward the plate and Cochran. 2-ball, 1 strike count on Karpowitz, who went 2 for 5 yesterday with 3 runs batted in. Swinging a foul back into the screen. He was laid on Higgins' 90 mile per hour heater, and it's 2-2. Karpowitz had the go-ahead 3-run shot off Kyle Adams in yesterday's 9th inning to give Wingate an 11-10 advantage. 2-2. Breaking ball into the turf. It's 3-2 now on Wingate's cleanup batter. Bulldogs went on to add 2 more, which proved to be somewhat valuable because Carson-Newman did load the bases by drawing 3 walks in the 9th inning, but did not get that hit as Karpowitz hits one high in the air out toward left. Maddox Green going back to the wall. He looks up, he leaps, and hits off the wall about 3/4 of the way up, and it'll be a leadoff double for Ben Karpowitz. That ball just stayed sky high in the air and just barely stayed in this park. It is a leadoff second inning double for Ben Karpowitz, his 4th double of the year. How about this? He entered the weekend with just 2 doubles and now has 2 in 2 games against Carson-Newman. In steps the 5-hitter Jake Corville. Higgins readies, glove at his chest, and pitches a fastball inside corner. He misses to Wingate's second baseman for a ball. 6-game hitting streak for Jake Corville. 3 for 5 effort yesterday. 2 looks at second, and Higgins pitches a slider that Corville waits on and flies foul off to the right. Carson-Newman trying to do something that it's not done this year, and that's win a series after losing the series opener. The Eagles have not won a series this year when dropping that first game of a series. 1-1 fastball from Higgins runs away. 2 balls and 1 strike. In fact, the Eagles have only won 2 overall games in the series in which it has lost the opener. 2-ball, 1 strike count on Wingate's 5-hitter with Karpowitz at second and nobody out here in the second. 2-1, ground ball to third. Gibson off a couple of hops will field. Throw across the diamond. Floyd stretches out to make the catch. And there's 1 away. Karpowitz does not move on the ground ball to the left side. 1 away for Neil Griffin. Higgins keeping the ball down here early on. Just that 1 fly ball so far. And that was Karpowitz's leadoff double here in the second. Carson-Newman yesterday got 10 groundouts, and 2 of those turned into double plays as Higgins falls over again. Ball gets away from Cochran, and he does not throw it down to third. Second time this inning that Higgins has made a step off the mound, and as he pitches it toward the plate and has misstepped, and it's resulted in a ball low, and that one got just away from Cochran to allow Karpowitz to go to third. So sac fly in play here as Griffin waits and lines this one sharply back up the middle for a base hit. The game's first run is a Neil Griffin ground ball single up the middle, and the Bulldogs lead 1-0. Griffin had 3 hits yesterday. He's got his 4th in 6 plate appearances against Carson-Newman this weekend now. One away for Jalen Evans. Evans had one of Wingate's 3 long balls yesterday. Evans came in the 4th. That broke a tie game at 2 and gave Wingate a 5-2 lead. Higgins starts Evans with a fastball outside corner for a called strike. 6-game hit streak for Jalen Evans, hitting .412 for the season. Best batting average in this Wingate lineup, hitting 7th. 0-1 pause, and Higgins pitches a fastball that Evans is laid on and fouls back. Strike 2 on Wingate's 7-hitter. Matthew Preslar calls the balls and strikes. In this second game of the series, Matthew Simpson goes to first base in this game. He'll call the balls and strikes in the finale. Justin Crawford at third, as Evans floats a slider down the right field line. Long run for Soto Diaz, and he won't get there in time as it lands foul. Halfway up the hill and right, and the count stays 0-2. Very similar day to yesterday in terms of what the weather will be. Partly cloudy. First pitch temperature was 76 degrees. Yesterday's was 78, but we started 2 hours later than today. Expected to get into the 80s by the time these two teams take the field again for the series finale. Pick to first base. Griffin back safely, now gets another extended lead at first. With one away, 0-2. Evans stays away from a slider away, and it's ball one. One ball, two strike count on Jalen Evans here in the second inning, with Wingate ahead 1-0. Fastball away, throw down to first base, and it gets away from Logan Floyd into the outfield. Griffin hustling, rounding second base. He will get a two-base advancing here on the throwing error by Carson Cochran. It will be Carson-Newman's first error of the day. Cochran tried to backpick Neil Griffin. Three ball, two strike count. The pitch was outside for a ball. Floyd didn't really leap too high into the air either. Wonder if that left leg and being able to plan off of it affected that ability as Evans bounces one foul down the line at third to keep this at-bat going. The throw still was a little high, but Floyd, I think, may have been able to leap a little higher than usual, potentially. Higgins sets for another payoff. Breaking ball, swing, and a foul tip. Cochran unable to squeeze it at the plate. And so Evans stays alive. A third foul ball in this at-bat. Griffin is at third base. He singled in a run and has advanced to third on a throwing error. 3-2 again. Inside corner, it misses for ball four. Second free pass from Ryan Higgins puts runners on the corners now. Time called, and Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin will make a walkout and talk with his starting pitcher Ryan Higgins here in this second inning. 35 pitches for Higgins so far. 21 of them have come in this second inning. 18 strikes as well. The Eagles will be up against Luke St. John, the 8-hitter, with the corners occupied and one away in this second inning. It's a Bulldogs team that is trying to track down Catawba for the top spot in the South Atlantic Conference standings. The top two teams, when it's all said and done, are the host teams for the opening weekend conference tournament series. It's a 4-team bracket. The 1, 4, 5, and 8 seeds all go to the number 1 spot, and the 2, 3, 6, and 7 seeds go to the number 2 seeds spot. Jeff Gregory's team hoping that one of his teams will be one of the hosting clubs by the end of April. Matthew Preslar breaks up the mound visit between Carson-Newman's infield with its head coach Tom Griffin here in the second. Bulldogs have already scored once, and they have two more on base at the corners with one away for Luke St. John. Luke St. John batting for the Bulldogs, making his 10th start of the year. Just a 190 average for him at the plate. Higgins comes set, and the first one. St. John shows bunt, bunts it toward Higgins. Higgins will just go to first base. Cochran the whole time was pointing toward first. Higgins thought about coming home, Eagles content with just taking the out. And so it is an RBI sac bunt there for St. John to make it 2-0. Griffin scores, and Jalen Evans moves into scoring position at second for the 9-hitter, Reed Benamati. St. John does the job. Bunt was just away from Higgins enough that he couldn't come home with it as Benamati takes a called strike. St. John gets his second RBI of the season to put Wingate up 2-0 here in the second. 0-1 on Wingate's freshman center fielder. 0-1 pause for Higgins and the pitch home. Fastball outside corner, a called strike. Good response here from Higgins. The mound visit has helped him so far. The sacrifice bunt brings home a run, but the Eagles an out away and a pitch away from getting out of this second inning. 0-2 from Higgins. Fastball line foul. Late swing from Benamati to stay alive. Good speed in Jalen Evans at second base. With 2 outs, he'll be moving on any contact. Figure he could score on any base hit into the outfield if Benamati can do a job for the Bulldogs and keep this second inning rolling. 0-2 set again for Higgins here in the second inning. Fastball grounded sharply through the right side, a base hit. Soto Diaz gobbles it up. Rounding third is Jalen Evans. The throw is late. Cochran throws down to second base, and they've got Benamati caught in a rundown. Rodriguez sprinting after him, gives it to Floyd. Floyd will toss it to Cole Nathan, who tags out the runner, and the inning's over. Run does score, though. Reed Benamati singles in Wingate's third run of the second inning, but the Eagles catch him trying to advance to second after the base hit. It's a 3-run second, and the Dogs lead after an inning and a half here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
3-0 Wingate, a 3-run second inning on 3 base hits as the Bulldogs up 3-0. They score first for the second straight day. To start this second game of the series, both teams were scoreless through the first 2 innings yesterday. We've started the scoring a little earlier than we did yesterday as J.D. Little gets to pitch with a 3-run lead. With his Bulldogs scoring 3 times in the second inning, he'll go up against 5, 6, and 7 in Carson-Newman's batting order for the first time. Cole Nathan, Sebastian Rodriguez, and Aiden Gibson are the Eagles' 3 batters for the first time against J.D. Little. First pitch from the lefty is outside to open the bottom of the second inning for a ball. To Cole Nathan, who has reached base safely now in 22 straight games. Longest streak by an Eagles hitter this year, and longest in Nathan's career. 1-0 wind and Little pitches, and Nathan rolls it foul softly toward Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. 1-1 count. Carson-Newman only had 7 hits, but a couple of big swings. Helped CN score 10 overall runs yesterday. Certainly Colton Evans' grand slam, the major highlight in that effort, is St. John requests for time, and there might be a pitch comm issue with his watch. Yesterday he had an issue with Chad Harvey's watch on the mound. It's an issue with St. John's here in the second inning. Just 2 pitches have been thrown, and now he's in the dugout trying to get it taken care of with his coaching staff. One ball and 1 strike on Cole Nathan facing the lefty Little here in this second inning. 1-1 ground ball to shortstop. Neil Griffin attacks the ball, and his throw across the diamond is a good one to retire Cole Nathan. 1 away on the ground out. Second ground ball out so far by Carson-Newman, and now Sebastian Rodriguez. Mentioned Carson-Newman's 10-run effort in yesterday's game. The Eagles have now lost 3 times this season when scoring 10 or more runs. As Rodriguez shows bunt, pulls it away, and takes ball 1 away. Entering this season, Carson-Newman only had 3 losses in the last 3 years when scoring 10 or more runs. They've lost now 3 times this season alone. 1-0 from Little to Rodriguez is high and outside for ball 2. Rodriguez has played a major part in Carson-Newman's efforts offensively and yesterday, but Eagles came up short because of Wingate's 9th inning rally. 2-0 fastball, a strike from Little. 2 balls and a strike on Rodriguez, with the Bulldogs ahead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Aiden Gibson up next for Carson-Newman. As Little winds and offers another fastball. It's another strike to Rodriguez. That one up to 89 to even the count. Lefty Little back to work. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez down, swinging at the slider, low and away. And there's 2 outs now in the second inning. Third punch out for the southpaw Little. Little up to 27 strikeouts now for the year. Entering last weekend's start against Emery and Henry, he did not have a game with more than 3 strikeouts in his first 8 starts, as he starts Gibson with a breaking ball outside for ball 1. But last weekend, Little had 7 strikeouts, a career high against Emery and Henry, and he's off to a good start here. He struck out 3 of the first 6 he's faced here in his 10th start of the year, as he fires in a strike to Gibson to even the count at a ball and a strike. 2 away, second straight inning. Carson-Newman's first 2 batters of an inning have gone down in order. 1-1. Gibson late on the breaking ball. And it's strike 2, just fouled it off at the plate. Gibson in the midst of his best stretch of his senior season, hitting .289. Riding a 13-game on-base streak with 12 hits over his last 5 games. 1-2. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for J.D. Little to cap the second inning. He struck out 4 through 2. And the Bulldogs lead Carson-Newman 3-0 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
3-0 Bulldogs after 2 full innings. Top of the order will come back to the plate for Wingate here in this third inning against Ryan Higgins. All 3 runs for the Bulldogs in that second inning. Eagles will try to get another scoreless frame like the first here against the top of this Wingate batting order. Carson-Newman facing this Wingate team that leads the conference in a whole host of offensive categories. The top scoring offense in the conference scored 13 times on 19 hits yesterday. Already have scored 3 on 3 hits so far in this game as Higgins drops in a fastball at 86 for a strike to begin the third inning. Nothing in 1. Higgins has the sign from Cochran. Breaking ball drops in for called strike 2. Good slider at 77. And it's nothing in 2 on Gavin Grapuso. He was walked in his first at-bat, caught stealing in that first inning. 0-2 from the junior righty. Swing and a miss. Cochran holds on to the changeup from Higgins, who gets Grapuso swinging on 3 pitches. Second strikeout for Ryan Higgins opens the third. Good pitch. Had the lefty down to a knee as well on the swing. 1 away for Bowen Powell. This is the 21st career appearance here at home in Ryan Higgins' career. He has a career 4 ERA and a 6-2 record at home in his career as Powell takes ball 1. 75 overall innings pitched for Higgins in his career here in Jeff City. As here's a line drive down the right field line. It is a fair ball into the right field corner. It goes. Soto Diaz tracking it down in the corner, and he will hit Cole Nathan, who actually lets it go to Rodriguez, and Powell will pull up with a 1-out double here in the third. Powell rips it down the right field line and just sneaks it inside the right field line for his 11th double of the year. And now Tanner McCammon with 1 away and a runner in scoring position. It's Wingate's 4th hit now. Higgins with traffic again here in the third. First pitch to McCammon, a breaking ball outside for ball 1. McCammon was one of the 2 strikeouts so far from Higgins back in the first inning. 1-0, breaking ball away, same spot and a same result. Outside and low for ball 2. Higgins coming off a season best 7 innings, his longest start of the year last weekend against Newberry. Took the no decision in 7 innings of 3-run ball. Fastball knee high to make it a 2-1 count. Gave up 3 runs in the 4th inning, but finished off that start very well. Retired the final 8 Newberry hitters to give Carson-Newman 7 innings in that quality start a weekend ago. 2-1. Breaking ball, hit well. Left center field gap. This will play to 4th Wingate run as it one-hops the wall in left center. McCammon hustling to second base. No throw there. Powell scores easily, and it's 4-0. McCammon takes Powell's place at second. McCammon retakes the conference lead and runs batted in with his 52nd of the year. And now Ben Karpowitz with still 1 out. Higgins looks at second base twice and now pitches. Fastball high, ball 1. Wingate up to 5 hits, and 3 of them are doubles here in the early going. It's an early deficit for CN in the middle game of the series. 1-0 pause in the pitch home. Fastball, Karpowitz behind it, and it's strike 1. Cameron at second with one away. Higgins is 1-1. Lifted well, right center field. A no-doubter for Ben Karpowitz over the right center field wall. And Wingate leads 6-0. Team leading 13th home run of the year for Ben Karpowitz. And it's consecutive 3-run innings for the Bulldogs. They scored 3 times in the second. They've already got 3 now in the third. Karpowitz now leads the conference in home runs with his 13th. Big time swing going opposite field. And now Jake Corville trying to keep it rolling for Wingate as Higgins looks to regroup and fires in a breaking ball for a called strike. It's the 6th home run that Ryan Higgins has allowed this season. And 9th that he's allowed in his career. A 1 breaking ball, inner half misses for ball 1. Corville grounded out in the second inning, coming off a 3-hit day in the opener yesterday, and he grounds one softly to third. Gibson on the line, long throw, great throw from Aiden Gibson. Had his right foot in foul ground, his left foot on the line, and made a great throw to Logan Floyd for the second out of the third inning. 2 5-3 ground outs for Jake Corville in his 2 at-bats, and now Neil Griffin bats with 2 away for Wingate. First pitch, breaking ball, a strike from Higgins. It's 0-1. Fastball misses away, ball and a strike on Griffin with 2 outs. Neither side had a lead greater than 4 runs yesterday. Wingate led 6-2 after 4.5 in yesterday's opener as Griffin chases a slider away and it's strike 2. The Bulldogs now have scored the game's first 6 runs in the last 2 innings. 3-run second, 3-run third. 1-2 from Higgins. Slider away again, and Griffin wise and stays away from it. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fastball grounded on a couple of hops back to Nathan at second. Long throw across his body. Terrific throw from Cole Nathan on the run in front of the second base bag. Across his body to retire Neil Griffin. Wingate scores 3 times, though, in the third and leads 6-0.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Six 0 Wingate as we head to the home half of inning 3. 8-9-1 for Carson-Newman on a 78-degree day here in Jefferson City. Hot enough that it's okay to have your shirt off at the ballpark. That gentleman standing at the top of the football bleachers to watch these two teams compete in the second game of this weekend series. Carson Cochran hitting .362 leads off the third. Carson-Newman trails 6-0 after 2.5. First pitch, line drive back up the middle, a base hit. Carson-Newman's second hit from Carson Cochran starts the third. First time the Eagles have had a runner on base with not 2 outs on the board here. Carson Cochran continues to quietly be a really, really good hitter now this season. Over his last 10 is sitting near 500 and now has hits in consecutive games and has reached base safely in 10 straight. Braxton Smith follows him up with a line drive to left, and it drops in for a base hit. So 2 pitches and 2 line drive singles here in the third. Cochran to second base. That ball just barely stayed in front of Ben Karpowitz and left. And just like that, Carson-Newman in business here in the third to try to chip away at a 6-run deficit. Back to the top of the order, Colton Evans grounded out in the first inning. First pitch, swinging, ground ball to third. McCammon goes to third to step on the bag, throw across the diamond in time. 5-3 double play. 2 away. 3 pitches, 2 outs after 2 base hits. Cochran out at third on the 5 unassisted there. And then McCammon with a great throw across the diamond as well to retire Colton Evans. 2 away just like that. And now Maddox Green's turn. J.D. Little comes set. The lefty pitches the first to Green. A breaking ball low. Gets underneath the catcher. And staying put at second base is Braxton Smith. Didn't want to risk running into the final out of the inning at third, and so he stays put at second base. For the ball's sneaked away from St. John at the dish. 1-0 count on Maddox Green. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike. 81 miles per hour the pitch from Little. Little has only thrown 5 pitches in this third inning. Single, double play were the first 3 pitches of the inning. 1-1 set now. Line drive softly back up the middle. This ball drops in for a base hit. Rounding third is Braxton Smith. The throw is cut off and the Eagles are on the board. Maddox Green with RBI 17 in his freshman season brings Carson-Newman within 5. Third hit of the inning. Remember J.D. Little, we talked about all of his starts this season. He's allowed at least 2 runs or more. So first time through the order, the Eagles struggled, but starting to get him here through this second time. 6-1 game in the third as Floyd bats. First pitch, softly hit grounder to Griffin at short. And he'll throw across to retire Floyd to retire the side. Pretty quick inning for J.D. Little on the mound. He faced 5 batters, but only threw 8 pitches and allows a run in the inning. 6-1 after 3 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Ryan Higgins back to work with Carson-Newman trailing now 6-1. Eagles get a run back in the third as Higgins goes to work against 7, 8, and 9 of this Bulldogs batting order in this fourth inning. The Bulldogs have 6 runs on 6 hits in 3 innings. All of that damage done in innings 2 and 3 as well, as Evans takes a called strike to open the fourth. Nothing in 1 on Jalen Evans. He drew a second inning walk. Takes inside and low for a ball. Wingate scored 13 runs yesterday, the 21st time in 36 games, or 38 games rather this season, or 36 correct, 36 games this year. 21 times now they've scored at least 10 runs as Ryan Higgins, whose breaking ball drills Jalen Evans. Hit by pitch opens the fourth. Bulldogs with still a lot of this game to go. Close to getting double-digit runs for the second straight game and for the 22nd time this year. 6-1 the score right now as Luke St. John bats. He scored Wingate's second run on a sac bunt in inning 2. Higgins comes set and will check on Evans at first base. Carson-Newman defensively has kept this Wingate running game in check. They've only tried to steal 2 bases, and Carson Cochran threw out Gavin Grapuso both times, as Evans is maybe shaken up at first base after diving back to the bag. Maybe got some turf pellets in his right eye or lost his contact. Maybe one or the other. He's checking out his right eye. It seems to be fine. Now Higgins can go back on the mound. He comes set. And the first pitch to St. John. Fastball away for ball 1. 63 pitches now for Ryan Higgins, pitching into this fourth inning. 37 strikes. He's allowed 6 runs on 6 hits. All runs are earned. Couple of walks, couple of strikeouts as well. 1-0. St. John does not show bunt this time and takes slider outside and low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Luke St. John, Wingate's 8th hitter, making his first appearance of the weekend and just 13th of the year. 2-0 shows bunt again and takes a fastball away, ball 3. 88-mile-per-hour pitch from Higgins, missed outside. Three balls and no strikes on St. John. Fastball, a strike now. St. John probably taking all the way there. Now does he elect to potentially try to place down a sacrifice bunt? Carson-Newman's infield not really playing for it. 3-1. Instead he goes to first. This Wingate team now already has more wins this year than they did all of last year, with still the rest of this month of April to play, as St. John misses his bunt attempt on a fastball from Higgins, and the count is full at 3-2. Higgins fell behind 3-0, has battled back on St. John with nobody out here in the fourth. 3-2, fastball, strike 3 looking. Great work by Ryan Higgins, works from behind and strikes out St. John looking. Third punch out for the junior righty, and that's the first of the fourth. Now the 9-hitter, Reed Benamati. 5-run game in the fourth. A lot of baseball left. Carson-Newman trying to blank the Bulldogs for just the second time in this first game of the day as Higgins steps off to pick to first base. Eagles already have 4 hits. 3 of them came in that third inning. And they only had 7 all day yesterday, so the offense off to a better start early on. In the hits category as Higgins checks on Evans again at first base. Talked about Carson-Newman's inability to win a series when losing the opener this year. As Higgins sets, they'll pitch out, and Evans does not move on the pitch, and it's outside for a ball. Carson-Newman's not lost consecutive games since the beginning of March. Went through a 3-game skid, losing the first 2 to third-ranked Catawba, and the 2 games before that it was Trevecca Nazarene by 2 runs. Higgins comes set, and we'll check on Evans again. One ball, no strikes on Benamati here in the 4th. 1-0. Swing and a miss behind the fastball for strike 1. Higgins ran into some trouble against Newberry in his start last weekend, but as we said, retired the final 8 Wolves in his start last weekend. Can he do something similar here today to keep this deficit within reach for Carson-Newman as he checks on Evans again? One ball, one strike on Benamati. Another pick to first, 4th time Higgins has gone that way in the inning. One. Benamati bunts it toward the right side for Higgins. Throw to first, runs inside and gets away from Floyd. It goes up the hill. Soto Diaz gathers it in, and the runners each go up a base. Second error by Carson-Newman defensively. Evans goes first to third, and Benamati up to second base. What was going to be intended to be a sacrifice bunt will still go down as that. And Benamati reaches on the error. 2 in scoring position. Carson-Newman's infield comes in. With Gavin Grapuso batting with 2 in scoring position and 1 out. First pitch is popped up foul out of play. Strike 1 on Wingate's leadoff batter, who bats for the 3rd time in 4 innings. Good speed out there in scoring position, so anything to the outfield that results in a base hit will score 2. Nothing in 1 set for Higgins. Breaking ball stays high and away, ball 1. 6-1 Wingate. The Bulldogs have scored 3 runs in each of their last 2 innings offensively. Grapuso trying to add to their lead here in the 4th. 1-1. Fastball away. 2-1. Time called by Cole Nathan. And he will talk it over with his fellow junior pitcher, Ryan Higgins. Carson Cochran also going to join in to this conversation. And Rodriguez and Gibson from the left side of the infield will come in as well, or just Rodriguez. Wonder if maybe Cole Nathan saw something or just wanted to give some words of encouragement and confidence to his pitcher Higgins here in this situation. Infield plays in for Carson-Newman here in this 4th inning. Eagles are down 5 runs. 2-1 pause and the pitch. Swing, half swing, and Grapuso definitely went around. It's going to be strike 2. Fastball was just above the strike zone, and Grapuso gave it about a 60-ish% effort on the swing. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Similar spot with that fastball again, and Grapuso stays away, 3-2. There is an open base at first, but the heart of this Wingate order continues after Grapuso. 3-2. Breaking ball, foul back. Grapuso will wait on a 7th pitch here. With runners at 2nd and 3rd. Bulldogs have gotten those runners there on a hit by pitch and a throwing error. Payoff again. Line drive towards center field. Smith charging in, sees it drop in front for a base hit. One will score. Benamati to third. RBI single for Gavin Grapuso, his 4th hit of the weekend. 7-1 Wingate. Runners are now at the corners with one out for Bowen Powell. Really good at bat from Grapuso. Got a pitch, another slider over the strike zone, and fired it into center field for Wingate's 7th run on its 7th hit as well. First and third for Bowen Powell. He is 5 of 7 this weekend at the plate. Swinging a high fly ball out toward left center. Green and Smith in the gap. It'll be Green to make the catch. His throw is going to go to Rodriguez, who cuts it off, and Wingate adds another run. Sacrifice fly from Bowen Powell. His 3rd RBI of the weekend makes it 8-1. Benamati scores. Grapuso stays at first base with 2 away. And now Tanner McCammon. McCammon is Wingate's 6th batter of this 4th inning. First pitch, behind a fastball, strike one. Nothing in one on Wingate's 3-hitter. Breaking ball, fouled off, strike 2. Bulldogs have now scored in 3 consecutive half innings. And have added 2 in the 8th. Or 2 in the 4th here to make it an 8-1 game. 0-2, fastball away. Grapuso at first base. 2 outs here in the 4th. Slider away. McCammon does an offer at it and sees the count even up. Just 1 hit here in this 4th inning for the Bulldogs to score 2 runs. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Higgins, and he retires the side in the 4th inning. Wingate, though, scores 2 unearned runs in the 4th inning on just 1 hit, and error in the frame as well. They leave a runner on base as well. 8-1 Bulldogs after 3.5.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Wingate after 3.5 innings. Carson-Newman will have its heart of the order scheduled to hit here in the 4th inning, 4, 5, and 6. Bradley Soto Diaz, Cole Nathan, Sebastian Rodriguez against J.D. Little in this 4th inning. Carson-Newman has won a game this year when down 5 runs, but has not won a game this year down by as many as 7, which is the deficit to start the 4th as Soto Diaz takes a strike. That 5-run comeback was at Anderson. The Eagles rallied from down 3 in that 9th inning at the beginning of March. As Soto Diaz bounces one foul toward his dugout, third base side for strike 2. That's what C ends up against, facing one of the best offenses in this conference and in Division II this season. And that Bulldogs offense has been as well as advertised, and all the statistics adding up and playing a factor this weekend as Soto Diaz fouls another one off to stay alive. Soto Diaz steps out and now gets back into the batter's box, waiting on a 4th pitch here in this 4th inning from J.D. Little. 35 pitches entering the inning for Little as he wastes a pitch with a fastball away. 4 hits allowed for the lefty, a run, no walks, and 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. 1-2. Breaking ball stayed outside. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Soto Diaz had one of the 4 Carson-Newman home runs yesterday, the 2nd most home runs in a game this season. 2-2. Outside, ball 3. A lot of baseball left, certainly. See if the Eagles continue to put together some quality at-bats. Had a really good stretch in the 3rd inning to play to run. But a double play ball kind of ruined that early threat as Soto Diaz crushes one out toward left center field. Benamati back to the wall, and Soto Diaz has homered for the 2nd straight day. It's 8-2 on Bradley Soto Diaz's 4th home run of the year. Excellent at-bat. The 7th pitch of his at-bat is a solo home run to left center. Eagles chipping away. Now the 5th home run of the weekend by Carson-Newman's offense. And another home run on a 3-2 count. Eagles did not have a 3-2 home run this year. Had one yesterday and now have one again today as Cole Nathan nearly drilled by that inside breaking ball. Takes inside and low for ball 1. Ball and a strike, or ball and no strikes on Nathan as he stands back in. Nobody out here in the 4th. Soto Diaz a leadoff home run here in the 4th inning. As now Nathan takes high and inside for ball 2. Time called, and there will be a conversation on the mound. David Nash, the pitching coach, will chat things over with his lefty, who gives up the leadoff home run and now has missed in the first 2 to Cole Nathan. Soto Diaz up to now 4 home runs, has doubled his home run output with his swing here in the 4th inning, a year after breaking William Penn's home run record last year. He's got 4 now this year in the orange and blue. That's why it's an 8-2 game. And now Cole Nathan's batting. He's ahead 2-0 with still nobody out in the 4th. Little's next one home. Fastball away, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. J.D. Little trying to find it here against Cole Nathan. Nathan probably taking all the way, does, and takes a strike. Delayed strike call from Matthew Preslar. Trackman had that couple of balls outside the strike zone. 3-1 count. Bulldogs starting to show some activity in its bullpen beyond right field. 3-1. Nathan chops it softly towards short. Griffin barehands it, throws it to first, and it is late. Now Griffin's only chance to get Nathan was to barehand that chopper. He did, and his throw was just a hair behind Carson-Newman's second baseman. That would have been on SportsCenter later tonight, but Nathan beats it out for an infield single. One on now with nobody out for Sebastian Rodriguez. Eagles trying to chip away at this deficit. It was a 7-run deficit to begin the fourth. It's down to 6. Rodriguez shows bunt, pulls it back and takes a strike. Just above the hands, Rodriguez takes the strike. Sebastian 0 for 3 yesterday, drew a couple of walks. Struck out in his first at-bat against Little. Struck out 3 times yesterday. 0-1. Line drive, right field, a base hit. It goes over top of Corville, who leaped into the air. Going first to third is Cole Nathan. Aggressive base running, and then the ball gets away on the throw to third. And so Rodriguez will go to second. Rodriguez hustles to second base. Nathan stays put at third on that ball that was trying to get him out there on the throw from right field. Or from the cutoff, rather. It was the shortstop that had made that throw to third. Luckily, he didn't get too far away. Second and third, nobody out here for the Eagles. Carson-Newman now has matched Wingate in the hit column. Both teams have 7. Carson-Newman's down 6. Consecutive singles now as Aiden Gibson takes outside for ball 1. Aggressive base running there from Nathan. It was hit so sharply to right that I didn't think Nathan would go first to third, but they were waving him to third and he would have been safe. Regardless of whether that throw was a good one from the cutoff anyway, as Aiden Gibson now takes a strike. A ball and a strike on Carson-Newman's third baseman here with 2 on. Both in scoring position and nobody out in an 8-2 game. The lefty Little has allowed 7 hits now. Gibson swings and misses. Strike 2. This is the bottom part of Carson-Newman's order. Gibson and then Cochran and Smith, 8 and 9 to follow. 1-2 set for Little. Gibson rather, does not go around on the inside slider. Little's pitch was a good one on a 1-2, and Gibson just kept his hands back enough. Even count at 2. Same pitch, and Gibson stays away, 3-2. Another slider toward the low and inside part of the strike zone. Good block by St. John as well to keep it in front of him. And now the count has been worked full by Aiden Gibson. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. McCammon backhands it. Low throw, and it gets away from first. Cole Nathan will score. Rodriguez goes to third. It's 8-3. It'll go down as Wingate's first error to help the Eagles score here in the fourth. A low throw from McCammon. Wise base running from Rodriguez as well, from Cole Nathan as well, because he had to stay close to the bag because that ball was hit toward him at third, so close to the bag. Nathan luckily was then able to score because of that throwing error. 8-3 game, nobody out still, and now Carson Cochran takes inside and low for ball 1. First and third, nobody out, and Luke St. John will walk out and talk with his left-handed pitcher, J.D. Little, who has seen this inning go the wrong direction for Wingate. Bradley Soto Diaz opened it up with a home run. Cole Nathan single, Sebastian Rodriguez single. And then a throwing error has brought home a second run in this fourth inning. Still nobody out as Carson Cochran steps in as Carson-Newman's 5th batter of the frame. 1-0 count. It hits Cochran. Bases loaded. The first 5 of the inning for Carson-Newman have reached. They're loaded up, and here's Braxton Smith. Cochran now has reached both times, and all of a sudden, Carson-Newman can really change some of the momentum in this game and maybe grab some momentum for the first time in this game overall with one or two swings now. Braxton Smith bats with the bases loaded. And still nobody out. First pitch from Little. Fastball in there for a strike. Carson-Newman has had so many bases loaded opportunities this year. Eagles have had at least 69 at-bats. That doesn't count other plate appearances that may have been, bases loaded hits, hit by pitches or walks. As Smith takes high and outside, and it's 1-1. 13 overall hits and 69 at-bats with the bases loaded for Carson-Newman this year. Just a $188 at the plate. Smith is 1 of 6. 1-1. High fastball away, ball 2. Smith had a single in the last half inning against J.D. Little on the first pitch he saw. He's now worked the count 2-1. Carson-Newman trails 8-3, but they have the bases loaded and nobody out. Swinging a pop-up. Right side, it gets out of play. 2-2 count. The 9-hitter Smith at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Bases loaded for the Eagles. Ball 3 low. Consecutive, 2 of the last 3 at-bats have been 3-2 counts, and half of the Carson-Newman plate appearances now in the 4th have been 3-2 counts. Smith takes high and away, and it's 8-4. Terrific at-bat. Braxton Smith draws the bases loaded walk to score Sebastian Rodriguez, and it's 8-4. The first 6 batters of this 4th inning have reached for Carson-Newman, and head coach Jeff Gregory is asking for a reliever. Bases loaded, nobody out. Carson-Newman was down as many as 7. It's cut down to 4 with still nobody out here in the 4th. We'll tell you who Wingate's reliever is after this.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Jackson Toney takes over for Wingate. One freshman relieves another here in this 4th inning. The 6'4" righty from Kings Mountain, North Carolina, with a 3.5 ERA in 11 appearances this year, 17 2/3 innings, 15 strikeouts, and 10 walks for Jackson Toney so far this season. He takes over for J.D. Little, who had put together 2 really good innings and then worked around some traffic in the 3rd. Got a good double play ball, but has allowed the first 6 to reach in the 4th. And the Eagles have run him out of the game after 3 1/3, or just 3 overall innings, 3+ innings for J.D. Little. And now Jackson Toney continues to warm up before pitching for the 12th time this year. 10 of his 11 appearances this year have been out of the bullpen. He has made 1 start and will pitch in conference play for the first time in 2 weekends against Catawba. Did it twice that weekend against the Indians and has made just 4 appearances in conference play this season. Top of the order for the Eagles, Colton Evans. Is the batter. He hit a grand slam in yesterday's game. Carson-Newman baseball's first grand slam in the last 3 seasons. Off the bat of Evans in the 6th inning. He bats with the bases loaded here and nobody out in the 4th. And takes a breaking ball from Tony at 74 for a strike. Evans has grounded out twice in his 2 at-bats against J.D. Little, the lefty, in innings 1 and 3. 0-1. Breaking ball into the turf. Good block by St. John. Slides to his right to keep that baseball in front. To keep the runners at their bases. 1-1. 1-1 set for Tony. Breaking ball. Evans waits on it and slices it foul. 1 ball, 2 strike count now on Colton Evans. Wingate trying to get its first out of this 4th inning. Evans in the top of the order batting. 1-2. Evans skies it high into the outfield. Center fielder Benamati is charging in to make the catch. His throw is a good one, cut off by the first baseman as well, 1 away. 1 away for Maddox Green. Jackson Tony comes in and gets it out. Well, with the bases loaded, nobody out here. At best, Carson-Newman would love to at least scratch across two more runs here. They've already scored 3 times in the 4th, but with a golden opportunity like this and the bases loaded, nobody out. Now just 1 out on the board. Carson-Newman would certainly love to get 2 more in this situation, if possible. First one to Maddox Green, breaking ball, a strike from Jackson Tony. 1 for 2 is Maddox Green. He's now extended his inning streak to 4 straight games with a 3rd inning single. 0-1. Waits on another breaking ball and takes another strike. 0-2. Jackson Tony's come in and thrown strikes for Jeff Gregory's team. 6 pitches, 5 strikes. His only ball was that waste pitch and an 0-2 to Evans. 0-2 to Green. This one over the plate. Green drives it into left field for a base hit. It bounces over the left fielder, Karpowitz, and goes to the wall. 2 runs are in. A 3rd run will score. Green is hustling to 3rd. It's a 1-run game. You never know with that outfield grass. It takes a funky hop over Karpowitz. And Maddox Green's going to be out. He did not step on second base. Wingate appeals it and gets the out, but 3 runs score and it's 8-7. So Maddox Green is out on the play. He did not touch second base for what would have been a triple. All the runs score. Smith, Cochran, and Gibson all score on the hit. Bases clear, 2 away for Logan Floyd, and now a 1-run game, and Floyd takes high and inside for a ball. Just like that, it's a 1-run game, a 6-run 4th inning now from Carson-Newman. 1-0 to Floyd, bounced into the turf by Tony for ball 2. Karpowitz played it pretty well and left as we get another look at Maddox Green rounding the bases, and hard to tell whether he clipped it or not running through there. Don't think he got it though. I think it is the right call from the first base umpire, Matthew Simpson, who made that call and was watching the second base bag as Floyd takes strike 1. Fastball knee high, a strike 2 to Logan Floyd. Even count now with 2 away and the base is clear. Tony's 2-2. Floyd takes low for ball 3 on the breaking ball. All 3 of the 4 Wingate infielders had taken 2 steps toward its dugout. Thought they had strike 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Logan Floyd, the 9th Carson-Newman batter here in the 4th inning. And he lines one towards center field. It is going to be caught by Benamonte. Good beat on the ball, and he tracks it down for the final out of the inning. What an inning for Carson-Newman. It bats around in the 4th, scores 6 times on 4 hits, and an error helped the inning as well. 8-7 after 4 here in Jefferson City on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
New pitcher for Carson-Newman here in the 5th inning for what basically is a brand new ball game. McCain Mangum into the game for Carson-Newman to relieve Ryan Higgins as we get set to start this 5th inning of play. Mangum is warming up prior to making his 10th appearance of the season. So far, 8 innings for the right-hander and 11.2 ERA for the senior out of Ringgold, Georgia. 11.2 ERA, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. This will be his 7th appearance in conference play this season. He has 2 scoreless outings in his previous 9 appearances this season. 8-7 game. We are in the 5th. We said it yesterday, and we'll have to say it again. Buckle up, because who knows what's going to happen for the next 5 innings of baseball. We've already had 15 runs in 4 innings. 4 complete innings in this middle game of the series. Wingate has played these type of games all season. Carson-Newman not so much, but the Eagles showing that they can compete and stay right with this Wingate offense so far. 8-7 game. Ben Karpowitz at the plate to start the frame, and he takes a high breaking ball for ball 1, and we are off and running in the 5th. Mangum pitching for Carson-Newman here in the 5th inning. 1-0 set, and the pitch is a breaking ball high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes on Karpowitz, who is 2 for 2, a double and a home run, and now he takes low for ball 3. Three balls and no strikes on Ben Karpowitz, the toughest out in this game in this Wingate batting order. As Mangum sets and pitches a fastball in the zone for a strike. Ryan Higgins' line complete. We'll give you that after this at-bat and this battle between Karpowitz and Mangum. 3-1. Line drive towards center field. It is slicing, and Smith with a sliding effort snares it out of the air for the first down of the 5th inning. One away for Jake Corville. Ryan Higgins closes his 10th start of the year, going 4 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them are earned. A couple of walks and 4 strikeouts for the junior righty, who gives the ball to McCain Mangum. Here in this 5th inning, facing now Jake Corville. Mangum winds in the first pitch to Corville. The second baseman's high for a ball, and Mangum wants a new baseball. After the first one misses, 1 ball and no strikes the count. Carson-Newman's not led in this game, but was trailing 8-1 prior to a 6-run 4th. 1-0 set, in the pitch from Mangum is a slider that dips below the zone for ball 2. The Eagles used 4 different relievers yesterday, but nobody pitched more than 15 pitches other than Brock Culpepper, and so Eli Norris, Kyle Adams, Harrison Shelton probably all available today as Corville fouls one back for strike one. 2-ball, 1 strike count. And so probably figure that Culpepper's down today after 42 pitches, but Adams and Norris and Shelton could all be available. In what has been a tested Carson-Newman bullpen this year, Denver Slifka could be out there. Drew Fletcher could be an option. James Salico, Alec Bobo as well. Braxton Roberts in the mix, all have pitched this week and this year. 2-1 to Corville was high. 3-ball, 1 strike count, and a 1-run game here in the 5th. Mangum comes set. Glove at his belt, the 3-1 home. Inside fastball, ball 4. It is Carson-Newman's 3rd walk as a staff, and it puts a runner on with 1 out for Neil Griffin. Neil Griffin has 4 hits this weekend and 6 at-bats. He singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Softly hit back to Mangum. He'll throw it to first for the double play. How about that? Look what I found, double play for McCain Mangum. It hits softly right back to him, and he throws to first for the double play. Eagles stay within a run. Quick reflexes from Mangum to complete the side in the 5th.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Eight-7 game, 4.5 innings into this middle game of the series, first of the day. Bulldogs had a 7-run lead. Carson-Newman's 6-run 4th, though, made it a 1-run game, and the Eagles can potentially tie it here in the 5th with Bradley Soto Diaz starting the 5th inning. He homered to start last half inning, and now he leads off here again in inning number 5. Jackson Toney got all 3 outs out of the pen in that 4th inning. He goes to work in the 5th and fires in a strike to open up this 5th inning. Line complete on J.D. Little. He goes 3+ innings. 7 hits allowed, 7 runs, 6 are earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts as Soto Diaz takes high and inside for a ball. Soto Diaz's home run came after a 7-pitch at-bat. Second straight day, Carson-Newman's got a home run on a 3-2 pitch after not having one entering this weekend. 1-1, breaking ball, foul back. Strike 2 on Carson-Newman's cleanup batter, Soto Diaz. Here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Carson-Newman trying to set up a rubber match later today. 1-2, high fastball evens the count. Eagles also trying to sweep a home doubleheader, and sweep a doubleheader once again this season. Eagles have only done it once. That was at Emory and Henry in mid-March. 2-2. Soto Diaz fouls it back. Eagles hoping to also become just the 3rd team to win a series against the Bulldogs. Wingate's taking care of everybody, but first place Catawba and 3rd place LR this year. 2-2 again. Breaking ball, Soto Diaz drives it well out toward right field. Back goes Grapuso to the wall. He's got just enough room. Soto Diaz just narrowly missed a second home run as he flies out to deep right center for the first out of inning 5. In steps Cole Nathan for Carson-Newman. Tony sets and pitches to Nathan, a fastball below the knees for a ball. Jackson Toney has been a multi-inning guy this year for Wingate. 4 of his 11 outings entering this one had featured him throwing at least 2 innings and as many as 5 this year. 1-0. Nathan hits it sky high out toward left. Karpowitz didn't have it at first. Now he goes back to the wall and will make the catch near the warning track. Karpowitz had no idea where that ball was initially, but luckily it was hit so high into the air that he did have time to eventually eye it down and make the catch. 2 flyouts for the first 2 outs here in inning 5. And now Sebastian Rodriguez. Wingate leads Carson-Newman 8-7. Tony's first one to Rodriguez is a knee-high strike. Rodriguez, one of 7 Eagles in the lineup already in this game with a hit as he bounces one to first. Tough play for the first baseman. It gets away from him, and then he bobbles the flip and never got the ball to the pitcher, Jackson Toney. Bowen Powell had to keep it in front and just used his chest to do so on that hard-hit chopper, but then never really was able to get his hand on the ball to flip it to the pitcher, Toney, who was going to have to cover the bag. Rodriguez is running hard as well to put some pressure on that play. It'll be Wingate's second error in as many innings now to bring Aiden Gibson to the plate with 2 outs. Line drive, left center field. Karpowitz moving over into the gap, and he'll make the catch on that softly hit liner to left to end the inning. Carson gets a 5th inning runner on a 2-out error, but Rodriguez left aboard. 5 complete innings in the books. It's a 1-run game. Wingate up 8-7.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
McCain Mangum back to work after a scoreless 5th inning to pitch the 6th for Carson-Newman in a 1-run game here on the Eagles Sports Network. 5 complete innings of this game in the books. And if you total up yesterday's series opener, we've played 14 overall innings, and these 2 teams have at least one of the 2 sides has scored a run in 10 of those 14 innings. The scoreless innings were just recently the 5th inning, the 1st inning in both games, and the 2nd inning of yesterday's game as well. Rarely have we seen these 2 teams not score at least once in a half inning in this series so far. Jalen Evans will bat 7-8-9 for Wingate to begin the 6th inning against McCain Mangum. Delivered a 1-out walk, but that line drive double play back to him Helped him toss a 1-2-3 inning as Mangum fires in a strike on a foul ball by Evans, who is officially 0 for 0. He has been walked, and he has been hit by a pitch and has scored both times. 0-1, breaking ball hit sharply. Nice stab by Gibson. Gibson will take his time and throw it low, but Floyd is there and makes the play. Carson-Newman defensively now has made some really good defensive plays. Nathan earlier in this game in front of second made a really good play, and on that hard hit ball, Gibson stabs it off the turf to throw out Evans. One away, and now a pinch hitter here for Wingate. Jordan Dixon, sophomore first baseman, will pinch hit, and the left-handed batter will step in and take the place of Luke St. John. So St. John was the catcher. He went 0 for 1, and Bulldogs will probably have a new catcher with Dixon being a first baseman after this inning. But Dixon, the batter, pinch hitting and taking outside for a ball. Jordan Dixon this year just appearing in his 10th game, 2 hits and 10 at-bats. One of those 2 hits, a home run. 1-0. Takes inside and low for ball 2. Dixon was solid last year for the Bulldogs. Made 5 starts, hit .375 as he takes outside again, and it's now 3-0. Back 3 straight misses from Mangum here to the 1-out pinch hitter. Dixon takes high and inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to give Wingate a base runner. Second straight inning, McCain Mangum has walked a Wingate batter with 1 out on the board. And now he faces Reed Benamati, Wingate's center fielder. Benamati is 0 for 1, swings and misses. RBI single for Benamati in the second inning, and then he reached on a throwing error in the 4th. Swings and misses, it's 0-1. Now the next one from Mangum stays high and inside on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. 8-7 Wingate. They scored the first 6 runs of this game. Jumped out to a 6-0 lead, then an 8-1 lead as Benamati golfs one in the infield. Nathan near second base, the left side of it, will make the catch, and there is 2 outs. Bulldogs led 8-1. Carson-Newman's got the game's last 6 runs. Those were all in the 4th to make this a 1-run game. And now McCain Mangum trying to keep these Wingate bats silent here in the 6th inning again. He threw a scoreless 5th and is now away from a scoreless 6th inning as the Bulldogs, I think, are going to make a change potentially with the runner at first in Dixon. Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin will take this time to talk things over with his infield and his pitcher and catcher. And the Bulldogs will have a new runner, Joe Scheffler. Will run for the Bulldogs. Scheffler is a catcher off the bench for the Bulldogs, and so he may stay in the game. Will also give them a little extra speed out there on the bases with 2 outs on the board. Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin talking with Carson Cochran behind the mound, and not with his pitchers, potentially about how they want to handle this situation with the fresh runner aboard and pinch runner in the game in Scheffler. Joe Scheffler has only played now in 3 games this year, just the 3rd appearance for him. He appeared in 2 games against Mars Hill a couple of weekends ago. Wingate's going to huddle things up on their side as well, and the Eagles are going to go to the bullpen here as well. Harrison Shelton in a lefty-lefty matchup coming in with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Good work from McCain Mangum. Eagles turn to Harrison Shelton with 2 outs in the 6th inning on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Harrison Shelton into the game for Carson-Newman. He recorded the final out of the ninth inning yesterday. And now we'll face the top of the order, two lefties here, Gavin Grapuso and Bowen Powell, both left-handed hitters. That's why Shelton's in the game here with 2 outs and a runner on base in the 6th inning. Shelton to face the two lefties probably in this inning. Lefty-lefty matchup, 2 away, and Shelton will go to first. Check on the runner, Scheffler. Shelton appearing in a game for the 7th time this season, 5 1/3 total innings, and a 1.69 ERA for the freshman from Clinton, Tennessee, in Clinton High School. First one home. Breaking ball across the strike zone and low for ball 1. Jordan Dixon came in as a pinch hitter. He drew a 4-pitch walk. He is being run for at first. That's why the Bulldogs have a runner on base here in the 6th inning, up 1. Shelton's 1-0. Another breaking ball. This one a little bit higher, but outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 count on Grapuso, who is 1 for 2. And he takes an inside corner fastball for strike 1. Harrison Shelton this year has not allowed a hit to a left-handed batter this year. 0 for 10 are lefties against Shelton, who checks on Scheffler again. Just lobs over to Floyd at first, not really trying to pick off Scheffler, just keeping him close to the bag. Two 2-1 set for Shelton. 2 away in this 6th inning. Eagles trying to blank the Bulldogs for a second straight inning. As Grapuso takes a called strike at the knees, it's 2-2. Carson-Newman plays the matchups here in the 6th inning. Shelton against the lefty. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Overthrew a fastball, but an excellent pick by Carson Cochran to keep that ball from the backstop, and it would have easily allowed Scheffler to go into scoring position. Instead, Cochran picks it out of the turf to keep the runner at first, and it's a 3-2 count. Eagles won't hold Scheffler. He'll be on the move when Shelton goes home. The 3-2. Breaking ball, trying to backdoor Grapuso, and he takes inside for ball 4. So 2 walks now in the 6th inning, and now Bowen Powell with 2 on and 2 out. Another left-handed hitter bats against Harrison Shelton. Shelton yesterday faced Grapuso only and got that fly out. Did not face Bowen Powell. Swinging a high fly ball into foul territory. Green gives it a look with Gibson, and they both see it go out of play. Strike 1 on Bowen Powell, who has a team best 5 hits this weekend against Carson-Newman. 4 for 5 yesterday, 1 for 2 so far in this game. His base hit was a third inning double. 0-1 set for Shelton. Breaking ball. Powell thought about it and stayed away. Carson-Cochran will appeal, but Powell held back. This Wingate offense that leads Division II in walks has drawn 2 in the inning. Trying to make Carson-Newman pay. 1-1, hit softly down the first base side, foul. Powell chased a high heater that was way out of the strike zone. And it's 1-2. Ground out walk, pop out walk. The sequence of at-bats for Wingate here in the 6th inning. 1-2 set for Shelton. Goes to the fastball away and misses. 2-2. The Bulldogs only have 1 base hit since a 3-run third. They got 1 hit in a 2-run fourth and did not have a hit in the 5th inning. They don't have any this inning either. 2-2 from Shelton. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Powell over top, the 68-mile-per-hour pitch from Shelton. And the Eagles blank the Bulldogs in the 6th inning. Big strikeout from the lefty to keep Carson-Newman down just a run after 5.5.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
So after those changes in the top of this 6th inning, had Jordan Dixon as the pinch hitter and Joe Scheffler as the pinch runner. The new catcher in that 8th spot in Wingate's order will be Bradley Hart. He catches these Jackson-Tony warm-up pitches with Bulldogs ahead by a run as we get set to start this bottom of the 6th inning. Good innings here from Jackson-Tony. 2 scoreless innings officially for him with just the 1 hit by Maddox Green allowed. That plated 3 runs, but those runs were not charged to Tony. Those were runners because of J.D. Little. 8-9-1 for Carson-Newman. Carson-Cochran, Braxton Smith, Colton Evans with Eagles down a run in the 6th inning. 8-7 the score. First pitch of the inning is a breaking ball for a strike from Tony to Carson-Cochran. Carson-Cochran has singled and been hit by a pitch in his at-bats today. Continues to hit very well in league play. 0-1 breaking ball's another strike, and he's behind 0-2. In conference play, Cochran hitting near 400 in what is his 12th start in league games. 0-2, high fastball, 1-2. Again, Jackson-Tony is a multi-inning guy for Jeff Gregory's team. He's thrown 27 pitches and 19 strikes, giving the Bulldogs some length here in the middle innings. 1-2 to Cochran. Fastball away, 2-2. Eagles have lost 15 of their last 18 games to the Bulldogs. Hoping to get one here in the middle game. 2-2, high and inside, it's 3-2. Carson-Newman's victories against the Bulldogs over the last 8 seasons. Twice in the league tournament and once in 2024 in the series finale, 2-1 at Wingate that season. 3-2 to Carson Cochran, a breaking ball that he foul tips into Hartsmith for swinging strike 3. One away on Tony's first strikeout. Now Braxton Smith. What felt like and was going to turn into a high-scoring affair has seen both these pitching staffs find some groove here in innings 5 and 6. First pitch to Braxton Smith runs outside for a ball. Productive day for Braxton Smith at the plate as well. Like Cochran, Smith has also reached his first 2 plate appearances. 3rd inning single and 4th inning walk. He'll take well outside on a fastball at 88 from Tony that gets away from Hart. And it's 2-0. Top of the order after this, Colton Evans up next for a Carson-Newman offense that is out hitting Wingate 8-7, but is losing 8-7. Both teams have a couple of errors and have also left 3 men on base. 2-0 is a fastball on the corner for a called strike. 2 1/3 scoreless so far from Jackson Tony for the Bulldogs. 2-1 to Smith. Breaking ball stays high in the zone, 3-1. Hitters count for Braxton Smith with 1 away in the 6th inning. Smith waits for the 3-1 and drives in a fastball to left field that takes a funky hop where Karpowitz tracks it down near the wall for what will be a long single for Braxton Smith. Smith stays hot out of the 9 spot. He's got a 2-hit day to give Carson-Newman a 1-out runner. Good rip by Smith into left field. Both of his base hits have been line drive singles to left, pulling the baseball. That was a fastball that he pulled into left field. Smith has his 18th career multi-hit day, 12th this year, to bring Colton Evans to the dish. Evans 0 for 3. Smith takes off on the first pitch, and Evans bounces it foul. Aggressive base running there. Well, it was a hit-and-run scenario there as Evans went after that low heater and fouled it off. Nothing in 1 on Colton Evans. Breaking ball stays high. It's 1-1. Fresh signs from head coach Tom Griffin from the third base side to his runner Smith and his batter Evans. The Eagles trailing by a run, having not led in this contest. Picked to first. Smith caught leaning for a second, but still got back safely. He did not have much of a lead, and luckily could sneak his way back to the bag. Tony goes back to first. Ball on a strike on Colton Evans. Eagles down a run. Breaking ball hit high in the air toward left. Karpowitz back. Colton Evans has done it again. For the second straight day, Evans with a go-ahead blast in the 6th inning. 9-8 Carson-Newman. He pulls an inside breaking ball and gives Carson-Newman its first lead of the game. Yesterday's 6th inning home run was a grand slam. This one a 2-run shot, but either way, it gives Carson-Newman the lead, 9-8. Maddox Green takes on the corner for a called strike with 1 away. Evans entered the weekend with 3 home runs this year. He has doubled that in 9 at-bats. 0-1 set for Tony. He's given up his 4th home run of the year and now misses outside to Green. It's 1-1. Certainly that swing from Evans changes this game, gives Carson-Newman the lead, but with this Wingate offense, Carson-Newman cannot let up whatsoever. With still 3 innings left to pitch against this Wingate offense. 1-1 fastball runs away. It's 2 balls and a strike now. Second home run of the game for the Eagles. Soto Diaz went yard in the 4th, and now Evans here in the 6th inning. 2-1. Breaking ball stayed high in the zone. 3-1 to Maddox Green. The Eagles trying to get another base runner here in this 6th inning. Carson-Newman has scored the last 8 runs in this game. (3-1) from Tony. Fastball away. It's a 5-pitch walk. Maddox Green aboard, third time he's reached base. And now Logan Floyd steps in. What's hard to believe is that Carson-Newman's blasted 6 home runs this weekend, and none of them are by the team's home run leader in Floyd, who has 7 this year. Evans getting close to him with 6 now. See if Floyd joins in this home run party here in Jefferson City this weekend. Facing Tony here in the 6th, who overthrows a fastball into the turf for a ball. Yesterday, Carson-Newman went on a stretch of scoring 7 unanswered runs. Wingate finally answered it with 7 straight of their own in the final 2 innings. Eagles today have scored the game's last 8 runs to go up 9-8 after trailing 8-1 after 3.5 innings of baseball. Bradley Hart was talking with Jackson Tony out on the mound and now makes a slow walk back to the plate, trying to help out his pitcher here in this 6th inning. He's fallen behind on Floyd 1-0, and I think that was just to stall a pitching change. Jeff Gregory is now going to walk out and probably ask for a 3rd pitcher today and a 2nd reliever. Carson-Newman has taken its first lead of the day on Colton Evans's first home run of this game, his 3rd of the weekend, his 6th of the year, and it's put the Eagles up 9-8 here in the 6th inning. There's not been an official call to the bullpen yet, but every time the head coach of the Bulldogs has gone out to the mound, it's been to make a pitching change. He's looking that way, but still hasn't made a signal yet, and there it is. 9-8 game, Bulldogs going to the pen. Eagles are up 1 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Redshirt senior pitcher Carson Starnes takes over. The senior from Monroe, North Carolina, will pitch for the 2nd straight day after recording 2 outs in yesterday's 6th inning. 3.2 ERA for Starnes this year. This is a team best now 17th appearance on the mound. 11 overall innings, 11 strikeouts, or 10 strikeouts rather, 5 walks in his 11 innings. An opponent sitting just 175 against the fifth-year right-handed pitcher, who will take over with 1 on and 1 out for Carson-Newman in the 6th inning. Starnes did not face Logan Floyd, who will be the batter for Carson-Newman. Starnes was only asked to get out of the 6th inning. He struck out John O'Pierce, but then he was the one that gave up the grand slam to Colton Evans, even though only one of those runs was charged to him. He was the one that gave up the grand slam and then eventually got Nathan to fly out in yesterday's 6th inning. So Starnes, the most used Wingate reliever, takes over with 1 on and 1 out in a 9-8 game here on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman trying to level this series and win a second game against a ranked team. Up 1, thanks to Evans' 2-run shot in this inning, hoping to add some more. Starnes looks into his catcher Hart, and now comes set. Green gets his lead at first, and they'll pick to first. Green back safely, head first slide into the bag. Just 1 hit for Logan Floyd in 6 official at-bats against the Bulldogs this weekend. 1-0 breaking ball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Starnes enters this situation with already a ball in the account, so it is 2-0 on Starnes, or on Floyd facing Starnes here in this 6th inning. With a runner at first. Green takes off, pitches a strike, throw down to second base is not in time. Green slides around the tag and has his 4th stolen base of the year. Throw was to the right side of Corville, who was covering at second base, and then he had to wrap around the tag because it was thrown to the right side of the bag instead of the left. And that throw pulling him to the right there allowed Green to slide in safely as Floyd pops one up foul and out of play for strike 2. Even count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the Eagles have a runner in scoring position now after Green's stolen bag. Floyd's only hit this weekend was a 2-out infield single in the first inning of this game. 2-2. Ball hit pretty well toward left field. Karpowitz after it. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Nearly got over his head as well. Green rounding third. He got the go sign and will score. Floyd's headed to second. The throw goes into the outfield. There's nobody in center field. Floyd is headed to third. He's hustling home. There won't be a throw to the plate. 11-8. Carson-Newman extends its lead. Boy, oh boy, aggressive base running from Carson-Newman's Maddox Green allowed Floyd to sprint to second base on that throw, and then Hart's throw to second sailed into center field, and there was nobody in center field. 11-8 Carson-Newman. It'll be an RBI base hit for Floyd, and he comes all the way around to score on the throwing error. Wingate's 3rd error. Eagles by 3 as Soto Diaz takes outside for a ball. An unearned run that scores charged to Starnes. As Soto Diaz waits on a 1-0 and takes on the inside corner for a called strike. Carson-Newman now has scored the game's last 10 runs. 6 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th inning. Still just 1 out of the frame for Bradley Soto Diaz, who's going to take a breaking ball in the inside corner for a called strike 2, and Hart's throw gets away from the pitcher. Corville goes to track it down, and Starnes will regroup here prior to this 1-2 pitch to Bradley Soto Diaz, who is 1 for 3 at the plate. His base hit was a 4th inning home run to kickstart this stretch of runs as Soto Diaz slams one out towards center field. Eyeing it down and coming back in to make the catch is Benamati for out number 1. Good swing there from Soto Diaz, just right to the center fielder for Wingate. And there's 2 outs on the board finally for Cole Nathan. Carson-Newman has basically dominated the middle innings. Wingate scored 2 in the top of the 4th, but 10 runs over the last 3 innings offensively for the Eagles have them up 11-8 as Nathan swings and misses at a breaking ball from Starnes for strike 1. During this stretch offensively for CN, it has held Wingate to just 1 hit over the last 3 innings, while Carson-Newman's offense has 7 hits over the last 3 innings. Nathan takes away for a ball. It's 1-1. 2 away in the inning. Nathan shows bunt, bunts at third base side. Beautiful bunt. McCammon attacks the ball, bare hands it, throws it away. Up the hill it goes. Nathan will sprint to second base. Corville is tracking it down and will throw it back into the infield after Nathan's infield bunt single, and the throwing error allows him to go to second. Great awareness by Nathan. Rarely will he place down a bunt, but McCammon was playing so deep at third. It was a long run in for him, and even if the throw was a good throw, he wouldn't have got Nathan. The Eagles have another runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Sebastian Rodriguez. It's Wingate's 4th error of this game, 2nd of the inning. All of their errors have been in the last 3 frames as well. Defensively have not been sharp here in the middle innings. Rodriguez takes ball 1 high. He is 1 for 3 with a 4th inning single. 1-0 breaking ball, stays outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Wingate's now matched, or it's the 2nd time this year they've had 4 errors in a game. Their season high was 6 errors and a 10-9 loss to UNC Pembroke back on March 24th. 2-0, breaking ball, drops in knee high to Rodriguez for a strike. Bulldogs have now committed at least an error in 9 straight games, counting today's game. Their longest stretch of the season with committing an error. Rodriguez slams 1 foul. He was late on a fastball, and it's strike 2. Nathan at second base here in the 6th inning. Rodriguez, the 8th batter of the inning. 2-2, breaking ball. He fights it off foul. Was late on the fastball and fouled it off. Now he's behind a breaking ball to stay alive at 2-2. An 8-1 game in the 4th has turned into an 11-8 game in Carson-Newman's favor in the 6th. 2-2 set, and Starnes pitches a fastball inside and low for ball 3. Starnes fired that one in at 90 miles per hour. 3 balls and 2 strikes. If Gibson comes to the plate next, the Eagles will bat around here in the 6th inning. Rodriguez golfs one high out toward right field. Grapuso back to the wall, and he'll make the catch, and the inning's over. Productive inning again from Carson-Newman offensively, though. Colton Evans gives the Eagles the lead with a home run early in the inning. 2 more runs score on a base hit. It's a 4-run 6th on 4 hits. Eagles by 3 after 6 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Carson-Newman turns to a fourth pitcher and third reliever with 9 outs to get, up 3, heading to the 7th inning. Denver Slifka made his first career start on Tuesday against King. Got his second career victory, and now goes to work against 3, 4, and 5 in Wingate's batting order, with the Eagles ahead by 3. Here on the Eagles Sports Network, Slifka an ERA right at 6 for the year in 12 innings of work. He will pitch in a conference game for the 6th time this season. Heart of the order for the Bulldogs, with the Eagles up 3 in the 7th. Tanner McCammon leads off. First pitch, breaking ball from Slifka, is a strike. McCammon today is 1 for 3. A couple of strikeouts with a double. Takes another breaking ball, same spot, and same result. Called strike on the corner, it's 0-2. McCain Mangum has given Carson-Newman 5 outs out of the bullpen. Shelton got the last of the 6th inning, and now it's Slifka's turn in the 7th. 0-2 breaking ball, that one a little bit higher, and he didn't get the call. 1-2. Wind picks up as Slifka sets for a 1-2 pitch. High fastball, it's 2-2. Eagles have not gone to anybody that's pitched yesterday. Adams, Norris, Culpepper were the relievers yesterday. Shelton actually got the last out yesterday, so he's the only one that's pitched in both games of the series as McCammon rolls one softly to short. Rodriguez attacks the ball, Fields on the run, throws to first, and Floyd keeps his foot on the bag for out number 1. One away in the 7th for Ben Karpowitz. Carson-Newman's bullpen now has pitched 2 1/3 scoreless innings and has not allowed Wingate to get a base hit. All 7 hits for the Bulldogs were in the first 4 innings against Ryan Higgins. Slifka sets first pitch to Karpowitz. Outside breaking ball for ball 1. Good day for Karpowitz again. He had 2 hits yesterday. He's got 2 more today, including a 3rd inning home run that plated 2 runs. 1-0. Swing, a miss. Big swing and a miss. It's Slifka's breaking ball. 4 strike 1. Eagles lead 11-8. 10 unanswered runs right now have been scored by the Eagles. 1-1. Elevated fastball makes it 2-1. On Karpowitz, the left fielder for the Bulldogs. Jake Corville next for the Bulldogs offensively. Slifka misses upstairs, 3-1. The 3 runners for Wingate against Carson-Newman's bullpen are by walk. 5th inning walk and then 2 in the 6th inning. 3-1 fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2. It's so windy out there at times. Cole Nathan just lost his ball cap. It flew away from him towards second base. Wind can gust and pick up quite often here today. 3-2 set for Slifka. Inside fastball, missed it, ball 4. 4th walk in the last 3 innings for Carson-Newman's pen. Puts a runner on for Jake Corville. Corville trying to extend his hitting streak. He's hit safely in 6 straight, but is 0 for 2 in this game. A couple of ground outs against Ryan Higgins and then drew a walk against McCain Mangum in the 5th. Breaking ball grounded through the right side, a base hit. First hit against Carson-Newman's bullpen. Goes into right field off the bat of Jake Corville to extend his hitting streak. And there's 2 runners on base for the Bulldogs here in the 7th inning for Neil Griffin. Eagles had a 3-run lead yesterday in the 9th. Gave up 6 runs as Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin will make a slow walk out to chat with his redshirt freshman pitcher Slifka here in the 7th with the tying run now at the plate. I think the most frustrating part for Carson-Newman and head coach Tom Griffin yesterday was just the thought that he mismanaged his pen there in that 9th inning and how he wanted to go about it. And he's got a chance to redeem himself today because Ryan Higgins goes just 4 innings, and so the Eagles are trying to put together the final 5 innings of this game. Slifka's pitching right now, and he's the 3rd different reliever. Eagles still have a couple of other guys that have pitched in the high leverage situations more often than not. Still available late, so certainly Coach Griffin's frustrations with how he handled yesterday from the coaching perspective can be redeemed today if he pulls the right cards and plays the right hand with the cards that he's dealt here today. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Carson-Newman 11, Wingate 8. Neil Griffin the batter. He is 1 for 3. First one home. Fly ball foul out of play. Strike 1 on Neil Griffin. Griffin has hit safely in 16 games, or has 16 hits this year, has hit safely in 9 games. Does not have a home run this year. He's got 4 hits this weekend against Carson-Newman's pitching. 0-1. Ground ball back up the middle. This one will sneak up the middle for a base hit. Smith gobbles it up. Rounding third is Karpowitz. He will score, and it's 11-9. Second hit for Neil Griffin, and the Dogs are within 2. Corville to second base, and now the go-ahead run at the plate in Jalen Evans. Simply put, this game is going to come down to the 9th inning. Wingate's offense is just not going to go away, and Carson-Newman's offense has proved that to be the case as well. That snaps a stretch where Carson-Newman had scored the game's last 10 runs. That swing by Griffin to score Wingate's 9th run. Slifka will step off and fake a pickoff attempt to second base. Ground out, walk, single, single for the Bulldogs against Slifka here in the 7th inning. Evans batting. He is officially 0 for 1. Breaking ball is taken for a strike. Evans was walked in the 2nd inning, later scored. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning and later scored. And grounded out in the 6th inning. He's batting in an odd-numbered inning for the first time today. 0-1. Breaking ball away from Slifka, and it's 1-1. Both these teams have had their bullpens tested. Starting pitchers have overall given some quality effort at times, but these offenses have been really good this weekend. 1-1. Inside fastball. Evans gave it about a half effort there on the swing, and it's strike 2. Evans kind of had a late reaction to that inside fastball from Slifka, who's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 on for the Bulldogs here in the 7th with 1 out. Fastball jams Evans, and he fists it foul toward first. Out of play. It stays 1-2 as Slifka battles with Evans here in a 2-run game in the 7th inning on the Eagles Sports Network. Another 1-2. Fastball away, and Cochran dropped the ball. And the runners will move into scoring position. Corville to third, Griffin to second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A swing from Evans could tie this game again. Fastball grounded up the middle. Rodriguez dives to keep it in the infield. His throw to first is late. It'll be an infield single to plate another Wingate run. 11-10. Griffin goes to third on Evans' first hit of the game. Corners occupied with 1 away. Both games in the series now have seen both teams score double-digit runs. It was 13-10 yesterday. It's 11-10. Carson-Newman with still this inning and 2 more full ones to go. Corners occupied. Eagles by a run. Bradley Hart batting for the first time. It's a pitch out for ball 1. When the Bulldogs have scored, they've scored multiple runs. 3-run second, 3-run third, 2-run fourth, and now 2 runs in the 7th. Hart shows bunt, bunts at third base side. Beautiful bunt. Gibson attacks it, will throw to first. The play is made. For the second time today, Wingate goes to a sacrifice bunt to place, that's placed down to score a run, and the game's tied at 11. Neil Griffin scores. It's 11-all with 2 away in the 7th. That was a perfect bunt by Bradley Hart. And now Reed Benamonte with Jalen Evans at second base with 2 away. Slifka comes set. He's thrown 22 pitches here in the 7th inning. Fastball knee high to Benamonte for a strike. It ends a stretch where 4 straight Bulldog hitters had reached base safely. They had gone walk, single, single, single until that sac bunt. Nothing in 1 pitch is hit sharply to second. Nathan sees it deflect to his left, and he'll stick with it and keep it in the infield, luckily, to not allow Evans to score from third. So even though Nathan can't field that sharply hit ball cleanly, it was hit 98 miles per hour off the bat. He kept it close enough that Evans could not score on that ground ball. Corners occupied again for Reed Benamonte. Evans at third, Benamonte at first base. It's Gavin Grapuso batting on Carson-Newman's 3rd error. First pitch fastball low. Wingate's 8th batter of the inning is the leadoff man, Gavin Grapuso, who is 1 for 2. 1-0 pitch is a fastball that misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Time called. And head coach Tom Griffin's going to the bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Wingate's tied the game here in the 7th inning at 11. And they've got the go-ahead run at third base here in the 7th inning. I'll tell you who the new Eagles pitcher is after this.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Brock Culpepper gets ready to make his 16th appearance of the season. He pitched yesterday 2 1/3 innings, allowed 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 hits overall, and a strikeout in 12 batters faced. He'll pitch for the second straight day. Threw 42 pitches yesterday, called upon here again in a 2-0 count facing Gavin Grapuso in this 7th inning. Grapuso yesterday poked an infield single against Culpepper, and then Culpepper walked him in the 9th. 2-0 pitch is a fastball from Brock for a strike. Has to work from behind here out of the bullpen. Certainly a challenging situation with the game tied at 11. And a 2-1 count on Wingate's leadoff batter here in the 7th inning. 8th batter of the inning. 2-1. Brock Culpepper tried to go to the outside fastball. Went up to 90 miles per hour and missed. 3-1. Benamonte is at first base. Got there by an error. Jalen Evans had an infield single to play to run. He's at third. Game's tied at 11. 3-1. Runner takes off. It's hit hard. Rodriguez dives, can't get to it. It goes into left field for a base hit. It is a 12-11 lead now for Wingate on Gavin Grapuso's line drive single to left field. 4th run of the inning for the Bulldogs. If Benamonte does not go in motion, Rodriguez catches that line drive and the inning's probably over. But Sebastian was going toward the second base bag with the runner on the move, and it pulled him just far enough away from that line drive to not be able to make the catch. Benamonte goes first to third on Wingate's 4th hit of the inning. 12-11, and now Bowen Powell. Powell doubled off Culpepper yesterday and hits one high toward the left side and foul. Wingate had just 1 hit in its last 3 innings offensively. They have 4 in a 4-run 7th inning. Seventh inning woes for Carson-Newman's pitching staff this year continue to come up. The Eagles have allowed 38 runs in 7th innings this season, by far the most in any inning by an opposing team. 0-1. It's a pitch out. Check on Grapuso, who stays put at first base. Ball and a strike on the 9th batter in Wingate's 7th inning. Wingate has 12 runs on 11 hits. Carson-Newman has 11 runs on 12 hits. And the Eagles now trail by a run. 1-1. Breaking ball fouled back. Powell waits on it and fouls it off for strike 2. Can the Eagles get out of this inning and get their offense back to the plate down just a run? A 4-run 6th bottom half by Carson-Newman's been answered here in the 7th by Wingate. It has scored 4 of its own as Wingate in this 7th inning to take the lead back. Corners occupied, 2 strikes on Powell with 2 outs. Culpepper goes to first. One, 2. Powell swings and misses and slams his bat after the strikeout. Big strikeout by Brock Culpepper to end the 7th, but Wingate scores 4 times on 4 hits. Eagles commit an error in the frame as well. Bulldogs leave 2. 12-11, Wingate in front after 6.5 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Gabe Barker takes over for Wingate on the mound with the Bulldogs back in front, 12-11. After 6.5 innings, Eagles offensively will bring 7, 8, 9 to the plate. Aiden Gibson, Carson, Cochran, Braxton Smith to bat against the lefty Gabe Barker, who finishes up his warm-up. 3.6 ERA for the sophomore lefty out of Thomasville, North Carolina. He has made just 5 appearances this season for the Bulldogs on the mound. 5 total innings pitched, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts so far this season, and this will be the 5th time in 6 appearances he'll pitch against a league team. Face Gibson here to start the 7th inning. The lefty comes set from the right side of the mound and pitches a breaking ball across the plate and inside and low. 4-1 to Aiden Gibson. Over the last 5 games, Gibson has 12 hits. Hitless in this game, though, in 3 at-bats. As he hits one sharply down the line, foul at third, strike 1. Gabe Barker is Wingate's 4th pitcher, 3rd reliever. These two teams have sent 9 different guys to the mound in this first game of the day. 1-1. Good changeup inside corner, strike 2 to Gibson. Gibson facing the left-handed pitcher Barker here to start the 7th. 1-2. Gibson hits it sky high out toward right center field. Off and running, and after it is Benamati in the gap in right center to make the catch. The center fielder grabs it for the first out of the 7th inning. 1 away for Carson Cochran. We talked about it heading into this game, how the Eagles now have lost 3 games this year when scoring 10 or more runs. Over the last 3 seasons, they only had 3 overall losses when scoring 10 or more times. It's happened 3 times just this season. As Cochran takes a ball inside, and the current score would mean a 4th time and a 2nd straight time this weekend. All of the losses when scoring double-digit runs are also in league play. 1-0 to Cochran is hit out toward straightaway center field. Benamati going back, and he's got enough room to catch Cochran's fly ball. 2 flyouts to center for the first 2 outs of the 7th inning. Will bring Braxton Smith to the plate. Those double-digit losses when scoring 10 or more against LMU in the 2nd conference game of the year, to LR 13-10 in the 4th conference game of the year, and then yesterday to Wingate as well. Time called here before Braxton Smith goes in. Trey Miller, Brendan Kroeb talking with the batter Smith. Prior to this at-bat, Gabe Barker had thrown 6 pitches to the first 2 batters. Eagles trying to break him out of a little bit of momentum here potentially in this 7th inning. Smith has been really good at the plate in this game. His 12th multi-hit game of the season. 2 singles and a walk. He's reached all 3 times. He'll face his 3rd different pitcher in his fourth plate appearance. First pitch inside for a ball from Gabe Barker. Lefty Barker comes set. The 1-0 to Smith is hit high into the air left field. Karpowitz coming in, the shortstop going out. It's Karpowitz to make the catch on the run. And the Eagles go down in order. 3 fly ball outs help Gabe Barker toss a 1-2-3, 8-pitch, 7th inning. 12-11 Wingate after 7 innings.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shopseeandeagles.com.
The Eagles will go to the pen for the 5th time as we get set to start the 8th inning. James Salico will be Carson-Newman's 5th reliever and 6th pitcher of the afternoon in a game that has seen Wingate go back in front thanks to a 4-run 7th inning to lead 12-11 after they pitch a scoreless 7th. They'll try to add on in the 8th with Tanner McCammon 3, 4, and 5 to bat against James Salico, the 6'4" senior right-hander, about to make his 5th appearance of the season. Salico's first pitch is a breaking ball low for ball 1. 2 1/3 innings for Salico this year, 15-4 earned run average in his first playing season with the Eagles. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. 1-0 set. Breaking ball, knee high, a strike. Salico coming off his best performance of his career on Tuesday. 1 1/3 scoreless innings against King, and he struck out 2. Salico's 1-1. Fastball jams McCammon, who fouls it off to the right behind first, and it's 1-2. The Eagles bullpen up until the 7th had fared well, mainly because of McCain Mangum. 1 2/3 scoreless innings. Eagles still trying to put it together here down the stretch. Down a run. 1-2 breaking ball, fouled back. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. One-two set from Salico. Breaking ball away, 2-2. Carson-Newman still in 7th place in the league, trying to make a move up. Have to do it, though, with wins. Down a run here in the 8th to 19th rated Wingate. 2-2. Fastball grounded to 3rd. Gibson attacks the ball. Crow hops and throws across to Logan Floyd for the first out of the 8th inning. Tanner McCammon now 1 for 5 as he grounds out to Gibson for the first out of inning 8. Second straight inning, he's been the first out. And now the cleanup batter, Ben Karpowitz. Karpowitz is 2 for 3 and takes a strike from James Salico. Couple of RBI for Karpowitz. All came on his 2-run blast in the 3rd inning that gave Wingate a 6-0 lead as he hits one high toward the right side and it'll slice foul. Strike two on Ben Karpowitz. Nothing in two as Silico sets at the belt and pitches to Karpowitz. A breaking ball outside for ball one. 1-2 count now. 8 of the 9 batters in this Wingate order have a base hit today as Karpowitz takes inside on Silico's 88-mile-per-hour fastball. And the count evens. I think the one thing that the Eagles will have liked so far from Silico is that he's worked ahead to these 3 and 4 hitters in this Wingate order. It's now 2 and 2, and he goes high with a fastball to make it 3 and 2. Three-two. Breaking ball, a little blooper in the infield. Rodriguez into the outfield grass will make the catch. Great pitch from Silico on a 3-2 breaking ball. Jams Karpowitz on the inside part of the plate for the pop out for the second out of inning 8. And now Jake Corville. Carson-Newman has only retired Wingate in order twice, and they were both unconventional ways. Silico's first one is hit well by Corville out towards center field. Smith's got a read on it. He makes the catch, and James Silico tosses a 1-2-3, 8th inning. Eagles stay within a run on Silico's 1-2-3 frame here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Gabe Barker back to work after a 1-2-3 7th inning to pitch in a one-run game here on the Eagles Sports Network, 12-11. If you're just joining us, it's been a wild one so far. We're probably going to reach the 3-hour mark in this game, certainly, with at present standing at least 3 half innings left to play because of the score. Wingate scored the game's first 6 runs, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, to lead 6-0. Eagles got a run back in the third, but the Bulldogs went back up 8-1 with 2 more in the fourth. It was 8-1 after 3.5 innings. Eagles rallied. They scored 6 times in the 4th inning to make the score 8-7 after 4. The Eagles took their first lead with a 4-run 6th inning on Colton Evans, who's batting now, his 2-run shot. Eagles led 11-8 after 6. But then Wingate scored 4 times in the 7th to retake a 12-11 lead. Hope you got all that, because we may have another scoring change the way this series and game has gone. First pitch ball to Evans, now a 1-0 fastball fouled back to level the count at a ball and a strike in this 8th inning. One set for Barker at the belt, and he pitches to Evans, and he thought about going around. Did he go? He did. Checked his swing and went around on the inside fastball, and it's strike 2. This is the top of Carson-Newman's order, batting here in the 8th inning. Maddox Green, Logan Floyd have multi-hit days. They're after Evans, who's behind in the count 1-2. One-two set from Barker. High fastball, 2-2. 8 of Carson-Newman's 9 batters today have a base hit. Aiden Gibson, the only one without a hit. In the Eagles lineup today, 4 different Eagles have multiple hits. 2-2. Evans hits it off the end of his bat. It is fair for now and then goes foul, just to the right of the line. Good job by Hardy. Attacked that baseball, went after it quickly to try to field it when it was fair, but it was just to the right of the line when he touched it. And it stays 2-2. Carson-Newman won the middle innings, outscoring Wingate 10-2. Bulldogs winning the final 3 right now, 4-0 to take a 1-run lead. Another 2-2 runs inside and low, and Evans works himself into a 3-2 count. Evans gave Carson-Newman its first lead in the 6th inning with his 3rd home run of the weekend. 3-2. High fastball, and the Eagles have the leadoff guy on base. Here comes Maddox Green with a runner at first and nobody out. The Eagles will get the leadoff guy on base for the 3rd time in this game. Did it in the 3rd and scored a run, did it in the 4th and scored 6 times, and now do it in the 8th. Green waits, shows bunt, places it first base side. Barker off the mound, fields and flips to first. Good bunt by Green. A sac bunt will move Colton Evans into scoring position with 1 away. Green does his job. Colton Evans at second base for Carson-Newman's top hitter, Logan Floyd here, who represents the go-ahead run. The tying run is Evans at second. Facing the lefty, Gabe Barker out of the bullpen. He sets and pitches. Inside breaking ball for a strike. Barker has not recorded more than 4 outs in his previous 5 appearances on the mound. He's recorded 4 so far in 5 batters faced here in the late stages of this 2nd game of the series, first of the day. 0-1 from Barker. Floyd swings and misses. Good changeup at strike 2. Soto Diaz is next. Best part of the order you'd want to have up here, with a tying run in scoring position here in the 8th. 0-2 set for Barker. Floyd hammers it to left. Karpowitz to the wall. It hits off the wall. Evans to third. He gets the go sign. Floyd to second base. No throw home. The Eagles tie it in the 8th. Floyd just narrowly missed his 8th home run of the year, but it is his 15th double of the year to tie us at 12. 13th hit for the Eagles. Levels the score in the 8th. What a 2-strike swing from Floyd. He was behind in the count, 0-2, and ties this thing up. And now the Eagles will request for time, and they'll bring Logan Floyd and Trey Miller over, along with head coach Tom Griffin, the batter Bradley Soto Diaz, among others, to join in this conversation for how they want to handle this 12-12 game in the 8th. How about the effort from Logan Floyd in his last few plate appearances? Singleton scored in that 6th inning to help add on to the Eagles' lead at the time, and now he's tied the game here in the 8th. with a 2-strike double off the left field wall. And now Barker will have to face Bradley Soto Diaz, and the Eagles are going to bring in a pinch runner as well. Kylan Hornbuckle will come in to run for Logan Floyd. So risky move, because if the Eagles don't tie this thing up, if we play on, that means Floyd's done for the day. So the Eagles will run Hornbuckle for Floyd. Remember, Floyd was shaken up in the first inning after his infield single, so he's not fully 100% running right now. And so they'll run Hornbuckle at second for Floyd. He represents the go-ahead run here in the 8th. Soto Diaz, the batter. The lefty Barker comes set. A look at second, and he pitches. Inside corner, a strike to Soto Diaz. Soto Diaz homered in that 6-run 4th inning. His home run started the inning. Nothing in 1 pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. $12 all in the 8th inning. This game is tied once again. Barker's 1-1. Soto Diaz takes a big hack at it and just barely taps it foul toward the on-deck circle for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Now time called here. And Jeff Gregory, looking down at his lineup card, is going to walk out and potentially make a change here. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Gabe Barker's the pitcher right now. He was looking at his lineup card and then said something to the home plate umpire, Matthew Preslar, but no change has been signaled for yet. The Bulldogs have used 4 total pitchers. Barker's the 3rd reliever of the day. Two strikes on Soto Diaz. We'll see if he faces the lefty Barker, if the Bulldogs will go back to the pen here. No change. Soto Diaz will still get to face Barker. Interesting time as well for the mound visit with 2 strikes on Soto Diaz. But remember, Barker gave up the 2-strike double to Logan Floyd. So just because there's 2 strikes on a batter doesn't mean the Eagles are going to be out of it. Floyd's already doubled in this inning with 2 strikes. Evans drew a 3-2 walk to reach as well. Soto Diaz takes a 1-2 fastball high. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Eagles trying to regain the lead here in the home half of the 8th. Tied with Wingate. 2-2. Inside, did it hit Soto Diaz? It did not. He just brushed out of the way of it. And it's 3-2. There is an open base at first, and it would set up a double play, but Barker has been ahead on Soto Diaz this entire time. And he's trying to get Carson-Newman's right fielder out here. Payoff. Swing and a miss. Good changeup away. Soto Diaz swings and misses, and there's 2 outs in the 8th for Cole Nathan. Again, Hornbuckle, the runner at second base, pinch running for Logan Floyd. So the Eagles more than likely will have a new first baseman in the 9th, regardless of what happens. But the Eagles have pulled their top hitter for speed in the 8th. Barker pitching to Cole Nathan here in the 8th. First one, breaking ball, loops in high for ball 1. First time Barker faces Cole Nathan. Nathan dribbles one foul. Ball and a strike on Cole Nathan. 2 for 4 day for him at the plate. A 4th inning single and a 6th inning single as well. 1-1. High fly ball out to center field. Benamati moves over to the left center field gap, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Gabe Barker bears down and gets Soto Diaz and Nathan after Logan Floyd tied the game. We're tied at 12 after 8 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Eli Norris into the game for Carson-Newman. He is the Eagles' 6th different reliever used and the 7th overall pitcher of the day for Carson-Newman. Norris warms up prior to appearing in a game for the 2nd straight day through 15 pitches. Yesterday, 7 strikes and got an out in 3 batters faced in yesterday's outing on the hill, and now he goes to work again for the 17th time this year to lead the club. 21 2/3 innings for Norris and a 4.1 ERA. 12 all in the 9th inning. Jake Corville leads off, or rather it's Neil Griffin leading off the 9th inning, and he takes low for ball 1. That's how the 9th inning begins. 12 all in the 9th. Carson-Newman made 1 change defensively. Matthew Bishop is now playing first. 1-0, low into the turf, ball 2. Bishop playing first base for the Eagles for what might be the first time of the year. He has not started a game at first. Most of the time when he's pinch hit for, it's either in the DH spot or he's been replaced defensively as Norris goes inside corner and misses to Griffin with a fastball. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Norris falling behind on Griffin. It's 3-0. And now 4-0, ball 4. 4-pitch walk, Griffin aboard. And Wingate has the go-ahead run at first base to open the inning. And Wingate's going to call for time. Jalen Evans is the batter for Wingate. Again, a team that does not place down many sacrifice bunts, has done so twice in this game. And they've both plated runs. Certainly this one would probably not plate a run, but it would get a runner into scoring position. But again, a team that does not place down many sacrifice bunts. This is the first time all the year they've had 2 sacrifice hits in 1 game. Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin will come out of the third base dugout, and he'll talk it over with his infield and pitcher here as well. As both these teams talk through some late game strategy, and the Eagles are going to the bullpen. An 8th pitcher will come in, a 7th reliever. It's Kyle Adams in the 9th. We're tied at 12 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Kyle Adams warms up for Carson-Newman. He will make his 8th appearance of the year, 8 1/3 innings. Did not record an out yesterday in 4 batters faced. Gave up 4 hits and 4 runs, and the go-ahead 3-run shot by Ben Karpowitz in the 9th inning yesterday. Adams into the game for the Eagles with 1 on and nobody out. Eli Norris walks the first guy on 4 pitches, and Carson-Newman goes to Kyle Adams. 7th different arm out of the bullpen for Carson-Newman. And 8th total pitcher of the game. I've officially run out of spots in my scorebook for pitchers on Carson-Newman's side. All right, Adams gave up his first runs of his career yesterday. Hoping to redeem himself here in this 9th inning. Game's tied at 12. And Wingate has the go-ahead run at first base. First one to Evans is a line drive to left field. It will be a base hit into the glove of Maddox Green. First pitch swinging is Evans to put runners at first and second with nobody out. That is Wingate's 12th hit. And now Bradley Hart, the 8th hitting catcher. Bradley Hart, in his only plate appearance, placed down a sacrifice bunt that scored a run in the 7th. Probably going to place one down here. Adams sets at the belt and will fake a pickoff attempt to second base, just step off. Good running out there on the bases for Wingate. Griffin's at second, Evans at first base. And a game tied at 12. Adams pitches to Hart, who bunts it up into the air. Cochran to his left will catch it in foul ground, 1 away. That is huge for Kyle Adams here in the 9th inning. Certainly in that sacrifice situation, you would think an out would be recorded anyway, but Wingate doesn't get those runners into scoring position. So it doesn't guarantee that a base hit could score a run here. The 9-hitter is Reed Benamati with 2 on and now 1 out on the board. Adams comes set and pitches. Breaking ball fouled off. Benamati had a base hit in the 2nd inning that scored a run, and he's reached 2 other times as well on errors. Nothing in 1 pause for the freshman Adams. Fastball fouled back, strike 2. Two on, 1 out. Game tied at 12 here in the 9th. Middle game of the series between 19th ranked Wingate and Carson-Newman. Eagles trying to level the series. Need to pitch a scoreless 9th. Adams' 0-2 is high. 1-2. Tried to the high fastball and missed. Trying to set up the rubber match later today. Two on, 1 out, 2 strikes on Benamati. Check swing. Benamati held back on a high fastball, 2-2. Top of the order after this, so Adams would certainly like to have 2 outs on the board before he faces Gavin Grapuso, who is on deck. And maybe if he gets a double play ball, wouldn't have to. 2-2. Breaking ball hits Benamati on his left elbow. And the bases are loaded for the Bulldogs now. A two-strike hit by pitch loads him up for Gavin Grapuso for the Bulldogs. This will be Grapuso's 6th at-bat in 9 innings. 2 singles, 2 walks, and a strikeout at the plate. He's batted in 2 runs, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 7th. If he can do it here in the 9th, it would give Wingate the lead back. Adams sets the first one. High and away, ball 1. There is a force out everywhere. Carson-Newman's middle infielders will play normal double play depth. If a ball is hit to them, they'll try to turn 2. If it's hit to the corners, and Gibson at third or Bishop at first, the Eagles may try to come home. 1-0. Fastball high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. This is Wingate's 5th batter of the 9th inning. 1 base hit to help get him loaded. 2-0. Breaking ball stays high. It's 3-0. Grapuso showing patience in this bases loaded situation. .30. Fastball in there, strike. And now Grapuso can probably swing away at a 3-1 if he gets something good. Adams trying to work from behind. With the game tied here in the 9th at 12. High fastball, and Wingate has the lead. Carson-Newman's 3rd free pass of the 9th inning. Griffin scores from 3rd, 13-12 Wingate now. Evans moves to 3rd, Benamati to 2nd, Grapuso now the runner at 1st for Bowen Powell. Again, when Wingate has scored today, and really in this series, they have scored multiple times. 3-run 2nd, 3-run 3rd, 4-run 7th. They've got 1 so far in the 9th. Powell trying to add on to it. First one he sees, a breaking ball fouled off. Can Adams keep this deficit at 1 for Carson-Newman? Needs to get 2 outs. Eagles will have 6, 7, and 8 coming to the plate in the 9th. 0-1. Ground ball foul on a changeup, and it's strike 2. Bowen Powell is 1 for 4. He struck out in his last 2 at-bats. Behind on Adams 0-2, and grounds one sharply foul out in front of that breaking pitch. Count stays 0-2. Wingate's 9th inning rally yesterday down 3 started because of a walk, and their 9th inning effort so far in this game has started because of a walk. 2 other freebies have aided the Bulldogs in this 9th inning as well. 0-2 again. 0-2 misses low. It's now a ball and 2 strikes on Powell. Adams is 1-2 home. Line drive to left. Green charging in, will make the catch head high. His throw is a quick one home. It's wide left of the plate. Evans scores, sac fly, makes it 14-12. Eagles get the 2nd out of the inning. And now Adams against Tanner McCammon with runners on 1st and 2nd. McCammon 1 for 5. This Wingate offense has had 4 multi-hit days. McCammon hoping to be the 5th. His team has jumped in front again by 2 more runs. 14-12 here in the 9th. First one from Adams, swing and a miss. A breaking ball for strike 1. Bulldogs continue on. They've scored now in 5 half innings offensively. They've scored multiple runs in all those half innings they've scored in as well, with 2 more in the 9th. McCammon rolls one left side. Rodriguez dives, can't get to it. Green's got the ball in his glove as the runner rounds from third. Great throw from Green, just in front of the plate though. And sprinting home to score is Reed Benamati to make it 15-12. Rapuso to second base. Throw from Green was somewhat on line, just in front of the plate. Cochran had to go get it before it bounced. And Wingate's 13th hit makes it a 3-run game. McCammon's 2nd hit of the game. Time called. Carson-Newman's graduate assistant coach Alex Duarte out. He'll make the pitching change. Eagles going back to the pen. 3rd change of the inning for the Eagles comes down 3. 2 outs in the 9th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Aaron Bobo into the game for Carson-Newman to pitch for the 4th time this year. 3 appearances, 3 innings pitched. 2nd time he'll pitch in a league game this year. 2 on, 2 out for Ben Karpowitz. First pitch by Bobo is low and into the turf for a ball. Cochran keeps it in front to not allow the runners to advance. Bobo gave up a 9th inning run against King on Tuesday. Was able to complete the inning, though. It was a 2-out home run allowed. Allowed 2 walks and no strikeouts so far on the mound. Next one home is a liner right to Gibson at 3rd. The catch is made, and Bobo throws 2 pitches to get the final out. Well, Wingate rallied from down 3 yesterday. Can Carson-Newman rally from down 3 in this 9th inning? Find out together, bottom of the 9th after this. 3-run game here as we get set to start the bottom half of the 9th inning. Gabe Barker is in line for the victory. 2 innings of 1-run ball out of the pen for Wingate with a strikeout in 8 batters face, and he will face a pinch hitter to open up this 9th inning here on the Eagles Sports Network. Sebastian Rodriguez will not bat here in the 9th. This is the 6th spot in the order, and it'll be Ryan Bolton off the bench for Carson-Newman. He's had some good plate appearances and pinch hitting efforts. Off the bench last weekend, had a triple in the 10th inning against Newberry. Started that rally in the 8th inning against the Wolves last weekend to win the series as he takes the first pitch at strike to open the 9th inning. Bulldogs riding it out here with Gabe Barker, who's been pretty good out of the bullpen. Face Ryan Bolton, who hits .295 this year. 0-1. Breaking ball dips below the zone. It's a ball and a strike. Aiden Gibson is next. Carson Cochran would be after that. Those would be the 3 hitters that definitely would come to the plate for Carson, and we'll see if that's the case or not. Gibson is warming up in the on-deck circle. 1-1 set for Barker, and he misses outside and high, ball 2. Wingate's 9th inning rally yesterday came basically all with 1 out. The Eagles got the first out of the inning on a ground out, and then the Bulldogs got the next 7 guys to reach base safely in yesterday's 6-run 9th inning to rally against Carson-Newman as Bolton hits one high in the air toward right center field. The right fielder Grapuso into the gap makes the catch in Bolton's retired pinch hitting. And now Aiden Gibson. Second straight game, Carson-Newman will be down 3 runs entering this bottom half of the 9th inning as Jeff Gregory has made his way out of the first base dugout. And the Bulldogs may be making a change. They will. Good work from Gabe Barker, 2 1/3 for him. And the Bulldogs will bring in a reliever to try to finish this game off. 2 outs left to get. Up 3 are the Bulldogs.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Braxton Walker is the new pitcher for Wingate, 4th reliever in this game for the Bulldogs. 5th overall pitcher is the freshman Walker out of Randleman, North Carolina. Eagles trail 15-12. They'll face Walker for the first time this weekend. He is coming off an outing on Tuesday against Belmont Abbey. Gave up 5 runs and 4 outs recorded for the freshman right-hander, a 7.7 ERA in 13 appearances this year with 16 1/3 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts and 8 walks for Braxton Walker, who continues to warm up prior to making appearance 14 of the season. Jackson Toney came in, gave the Bulldogs some good length after the start from J.D. Little. He gave up 6 runs in 3 innings. Toney came in, and while he didn't give up the swings that led to the 3 runs that scored, he gave up 3 runs after that. And then Carson Starnes got a couple of outs and gave up a run. Gabe Barker's in line for the win. He's probably had the best day of any Wingate pitcher. 2 1/3 innings of just 1 hit and 1 run. That was the Logan Floyd 8th inning double. And now he gives the ball to Braxton Walker to try to get the final 2 outs in this middle game of the series. Carson-Newman lost 13-10 yesterday, down 15-12 with 2 outs left to work with as Gibson takes a high fastball for ball 1. Again, Wingate's rally yesterday in the 9th inning was all with 1 out. Can Carson-Newman replicate that in today's 9th inning? 1-0, fastball, a strike across the plate at 87. Gibson is the only Carson-Newman starter without a hit. Gibson 0 for 4. Has reached base once on a throwing error, and he flies one toward right field. Grapuso is moving out there, and he makes the catch moving to his left. Gibson 0 for 5, and there's 2 away quickly on 2 flyouts here in the 9th as Carson Cochran stands in for the Eagles down to their final out. The Eagles had just 3 losses in the last 3 years entering 2026 when scoring 10 or more runs. They've lost 3 times this year when scoring 10 or more runs as Cochran takes a strike from Walker. And they're in danger of losing consecutive games by that tally as well, and doing it for the 4th time this year. Eagles have matched Wingate's hit output. Both teams have 13 as Cochran takes high for a ball. It's 1-1. This middle game of the series and the first of the day will be the longest game that Carson-Newman's played in all year in terms of time. Cochran takes high for ball 2. We're a minute away from this being a 3.5-hour game with still 1 more to play. Walker winds for a 2-1 to Carson Cochran, who lines it sharply into right field for a base hit. Cochran has a 2-hit day, another line drive single for the sophomore catcher. And the Eagles stay alive. Braxton Smith coming up. You got a home run hitter in Colton Evans on deck, so if Smith can find a way on, it would put some extra pressure on Braxton Walker here. As Carson Cochran picks up his 5th career multi-hit day, and they're all this year. To keep this thing rolling as Smith takes inside and got hit by the pitch. Oh boy, here we go. Tying run to the plate again here in the 9th. Carson-Newman did it yesterday, down 3 in the 9th. And they'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Colton Evans. Smith hit by a pitch. Braxton Smith's been on base 4 times now as Walker's fastball runs inside. 1st and 2nd, Eagles down 3, Colton Evans batting. First pitch, high breaking ball, ball 1. Maddox Green on deck. Remember, Logan Floyd got pinch ran for, and so it's Matthew Bishop in the 3 spot if it gets all the way back around to that spot in the order. That spot in the hole right now. 1 ball, no strikes on Evans. Fastball knee high to Colton Evans is a strike. Evans blasted his 6th home run of the season, 3rd this weekend in the 6th inning to give Carson-Newman its only lead. 1-1. High and inside with a fastball from Walker at 87 makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. The wind is gusting at times. It's picking up right now. Certainly can help a fly ball carry if hit well enough. 2-1 set for Walker. Evans swings and fouls it off. An inside heater at 89 is strike 2. Eagles down to their final strike. One thing that is pretty consistent with this team, even if things haven't gone all so well this year in terms of injuries, adversity, this Carson-Newman baseball team seems to always put some 9th inning pressure on opponents in these close games. No different here. 2-2 to Evans. High fastball, it's 3-2. In yesterday's 9th inning, the Eagles loaded the bases and brought the winning run to the plate of the 9th. Cole Nathan flew out. Evans hoping to extend the game. Runners will be on the move. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eagles down 3. Walker's pitch is fouled back. Evans will keep it going. Another thing with this Eagles team, they have never really been out of any game. Carson-Newman's last 6 losses have all been by 3 runs or less. If they lose for a 7th time since the beginning of March, it would also be by 3, as Evans takes inside for ball 4. The bases are loaded. Hart is shaken up as well behind the plate, and he goes down face first into the turf at home plate. Not certain what happened, but Hart went down right away in pain. Eagles will have the bases loaded here as head coach for Wingate, Jeff Gregory, out to check on his catcher, along with Carson-Newman's athletic trainer, Rachel Young. For the 2nd straight day and game in this series, Carson-Newman will bring the winning run to the plate, down 3 in the 9th inning with 2 outs. One of Wingate's bullpen catchers is sprinting from the bullpen to potentially come into this game if Hart can't continue on here. He took a baseball, I think, into the inner thigh potentially there. Hart did not start this game as the catcher. It was Luke St. John. They pinch ran Joe Scheffler, who is also a reserve catcher. And so there aren't many options left. Josh Haggerty is listed as a catcher for the Bulldogs as well. Also, Josh Barham is listed as a catcher as well, or Justin Barham rather. Hart's going to probably try to stay in this game if he can. It will delay this bases loaded situation. Hart is no longer laying down. He's been able to get to a knee. And he's got water next to him as well. Trying to rehydrate here. Evans has drew a 2nd straight walk in as many at-bats to continue this game and load the bases up here in the 9th inning. Bradley Hart walking behind the plate, having a conversation with head coach Jeff Gregory. Again, wonder who the 3rd catcher would be in this situation. Maybe Joe Scheffler, but he came in as a pinch runner, so Wingate would be down to their 4th catcher if Hart doesn't continue this game. Granted, they only need to get 1 out, but it's valuable to have Hart's experience out there. He's started 20 games this year, has played in 31. St. John was the starting catcher in this game before Hart replaced him, so the Bulldogs have a guy stretching here in front of the dugout in case Hart can't continue. Can't get a number on who that is, but there is somebody warming up. Hart, I think, is going to stay in the game. Yep, he throws the mask back on and will continue on. I think he's going to get a couple warm-up pitches. Walker will warm up, and the Bulldogs are going to go to the bullpen as well. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Braxton Walker will face 4 guys. He gave up a base hit, hit a batter, and walked a guy as well. Got a fly out as well in his first batter faced, and now The Bulldogs go to the bullpen. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We'll tell you who Wingate's new pitcher is after this.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Charlie Carpenter into the game for Wingate. Fifth different arm for the Bulldogs. And 4th reliever. Or check that, 5th different bullpen pitcher. 6th different arm for Wingate in this game is Charlie Carpenter. He threw an inning and 2/3 yesterday, 2 hits and a run allowed, with a couple of strikeouts, facing 8 batters against Carson-Newman yesterday. He comes into the game, the bases are loaded, and he'll be facing Maddox Green, who represents the winning run. Tying run will be at first base for Carson-Newman in this situation. Maddox Green did not face Charlie Carpenter yesterday. Green did not play yesterday in the series opener. Carpenter's a 6'4" senior right-hander who has an 11.3 earned run average in 10 appearances this year, 12 and 2/3 innings. Does have 13 walks and 12 strikeouts. Those 13 walks are the most among guys that have come out of the pen consistently for Jeff Gregory this year. So a statistic you probably don't want to hear in a situation like this. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Wingate rallied from down 3 in the opener yesterday. Can Carson-Newman do the same? They have not scored in the 9th, but they have the winning run at the plate in Maddox Green, who poked a 3-run single to left center in his 3rd at-bat of the game. He's 2 for 3. First one from Carpenter, a breaking ball, a called strike at 76. Maddox Green has 20 RBI in his freshman season. 4 of them are in this game alone. 0-1 set. Fastball, strike 2 to Green. He's behind 0-2 on Carpenter. Green's 4 RBI day. A career high in his 6th time with multiple RBI in a game this year. Trying to produce some more here in the 9th. 0-2 pitch from Carpenter. Fastball away, 1-2. Green is the 6th batter in this 9th inning. A marathon of a game coming down to one of the final at-bats once again. Eagles down 3, bases loaded, 1-2, fouled off by Green. Count stays 1-2. Certainly has to be one of the longer 9-inning games that neither of these two programs have had to play in. Bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 2 strikes, 2 outs on Maddox Green. The pitch is a breaking ball, blocked by Hart for ball 2. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Something in the gap could potentially tie this game. Eagles have good speed at each base. Cochran at 3rd, Smith at 2nd, Evans at 1st. Carpenter, the reliever, pitches. Green lines it right center field. It drops in for a base hit. 1 run has scored. A 2nd run has scored. Evans goes to 3rd. Maddox Green keeps it rolling with a 2-run single to right. How about a 6 RBI day for the rookie here? The Eagles are within a run. 15-14. Cochran and Smith score. Evans is at third base. Green delivers his third base hit to bring the Eagles within one. And now Matthew Bishop with a tying run 90 feet away. Carpenter comes set, and the first one to Bishop is a fastball knee high for a strike. Again, the Eagles played aggressive. They brought in Kylan Hornbuckle to represent the winning run in the eighth as a pinch runner and took Logan Floyd out of the game. Certainly you don't know that Floyd's spot would come up in a situation like this, but that's why Bishop off the bench is in this spot. 0-1. Breaking ball. Bishop lines it down the right field line. It rolls all the way into the corner. Carson-Newman's tied it. Green rounding third. The throw is cut off. Green scores. Matthew Bishop, you are a hero. Eagles walk it off in the ninth, 16-15. Two freshmen clutch up for the Eagles in the ninth inning rally. It was Maddox Green first. A two-run single, and Bishop follows him up with a two-run double. And the Eagles level this series with the Bulldogs. Yesterday it was Wingate rallying from a three-run deficit in the ninth. Today it's Carson-Newman rallying from a three-run deficit in the ninth. Seven combined runs in the ninth inning. Wingate scored 3 times to take the lead, and Carson-Newman scores 4 times in the ninth to rally for a 16-15 victory. Aaron Bobo is the winning pitcher of this game. And Charlie Carpenter comes in and doesn't record an out, and the two batters he faces gives up the 2 winning hits. The hit from Green that makes it a 1-run game, and then Bishop's hit that wins the game for the Eagles in a game that takes, 3 hours, 43 minutes, that didn't even need extra innings. Eagles win it to level this series with the Bulldogs. 16-15 the final. We'll play the series finale, the rubber match, in a half hour here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on the Eagles Sports Network.